Hold on here, Walter. I'm turning it all on. Hold on a second. Okay, let's see. All right.
Rock and roll.
We should be feeding out to the folks out there. If you guys can hear us loud and clear, let us know you're joining us live on the player. I almost said Utreon. I still can't get that out of my head. But you're joining us live on player/Who Moved My Freedom so we can actually hold guns. This is the Palmetto State Armory AKV, right? Because it uses the Scorpion mags, right? I think that's what it is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. So.
Do I have to find mine too?
Yeah. Oh, you could. What do you have over there, Walter?
This is the Black Aces Tactical. What is it? Pro Series S Max.
Oh wow. Okay.
Shorter barrel.
Black Aces. I don't think I've seen that one in a while.
Yeah, nice. I think I brought it out one time, but I haven't shot it very much. But
yeah. Back in the olden days. So we're here. Let me see. I got to make sure I'm not focusing for some reason. Okay, there we go. All right. So we are live on Player. If you're listening to this on audio and you want to know how to join us, go to player/Who Moved My Freedom. We rebroadcast this on YouTube, but we can't go live there because they won't let us
touch guns.
We're too dangerous if we do this.
We're too irresponsible.
Yeah. Yeah, we've only done this now for 995 episodes and no fatalities. So if that's where you join us. If you want to join us live, go to player/Who Moved My Freedom. That's the place to be. Oh, damn it. And I completely forgot to put my control panel up here. Oh, what happened? I pressed the wrong button.
We're in the dark. Oh, shit.
I don't even know what I did. How did I do that?
Your belly rubbed on something, probably.
Right. All right. If you guys can hear us, just stay there. Hold on a second. Let me.
Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation. Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Franklin Armory. Franklin Armory provides 100% US-made firearms and awesome binary option triggers. Their focus and purpose is to provide freedom tools to all Americans, especially those in not-so-free states. So when you're in the market, please consider Franklin Armory. All right, boom, there we go. Oh, we got back in here. Hold on one second. And I think BabyFace P is dialing in. Let me see if I can get him up here for everybody to see. Hold on. Now what the hell did I do? Okay, boom. There we go. All right, there we go. All right. We are live.
What do you mean, what?
Don't worry about it. Jazz hands. That's what we do right now. Jazz hands.
The stubby little thing. Is that a... What, is it semi or pumping?
Hold on. We are live. I hope you guys have your big girl panties on. This is episode 995 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. I'm your host, Hank Strange. And today, of course, is Free-for-All Monday. The title of it is going to be ATF Ghost Gun Yo-Yo. We're going to talk about that.
You're welcome for that title. I gave you that title earlier today.
There you go. So joining us is Walter Keller. There he goes, of Safety Harbor Firearms.
Mr. Happy!
Yes, and then explain to BFP what is that gun that you got there, since he just joined us. Oh, crap. And I'm still here. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Black Aces Tactical VMAX, whatever it says on that label, right? So, Pro Series Max.
That's a turkey shotgun, right?
Yeah, I like the short barrel, long mag tube.
Yeah.
It's kind of all-purpose shooter.
Well, I've shot that. It's very, very fun to shoot for the price. It is much love, much enjoyment for very little money.
I think these things, Palmetto State ran them one time for like $249, something like that. I think it was, and I like that with the nice Turkish walnut. It is Turkish made, of course, and just an overall just fun gun.
Yeah. Shout out to everyone out there. I'm gonna get it together by the end of this show.
Could be a tractor gun. This could ride on the new tractor too.
Yeah. That's not the only Black Aces you have, right? That's not the only one. You have another.
I have a Black Aces. When Black Aces first got going, they made magazine-fed receivers, so you could build shotguns that are magazine-fed. And those were made in the U.S. They weren't made in Turkey. Mm-hmm. And I built a Keg 12 using their magazine-fed receiver, and I have that at the shop. That's not here. So.
Okay, yeah, I'm not sure. I must have shot that before or something. That's why. That's
and they no longer make receivers, I'm guessing.
I don't think they make those anymore. No.
Yeah.
Because that's a great way to form one a shot.
Oh yeah. Because you can go SBS, you can go AOW, you can go all kinds of different ways. Yeah.
Didn't they do some of those? What the hell was the thing called? Like the shorter shotguns that have
like
the
shockwave.
Yeah, like a shockwave. Didn't they do that?
Yeah, they still do.
Okay.
I don't know if they still import those or not, but yes, those Turkish the autos and the pumps, they're still available from different companies. Yeah.
The Turks are businessmen. I was going to call them whores for money, but they're businessmen. You want to slap your label on a Turkish gun, they will sell it to you. They don't care.
Oh, yeah, they don't give a fuck. I mean, that's the way you do business.
That's right. That's exactly right.
But from what I understand, in Turkey, the Turks, it's easier to manufacture shotguns with their laws and stuff than it is to do the rifles and all that stuff. And it's easier here to import that stuff because, if I'm not mistaken, that's Department of Commerce. It still goes through ATF for the approval thing, but it's a Department of Commerce thing. Shotguns.
For shotguns specifically?
I think so. Yeah.
Ah, I didn't know
that. Yeah,
I think it's a little different.
It's weird. It's weird about that. So shout out to everyone who's out there. Hit those arrow ups if you're out there. I'll give some people shout outs. Cujo74 is out there. He says ready for the fun tonight. The IRS thinks they're gonna Johnny Leg Breaker us. Someone's gonna have to explain that one. Johnny Leg Breaker us. I'm not sure what that means.
I don't know why they're gonna break our kneecaps, but I think that's what he's saying.
Yeah. He's probably talking about all the IRS agents they're hiring. And Jade Grew's out there. Flying Rich is out there. Rich is asking about these things behind me. Suction cups from Sea Sucker. That's what those are. Those are my recovery. Max Trax recovery boards on the van. Of course, I do the show from the van. So there you go. He says, is that a brain sucker behind you? 42 Chilled is out there. Gen Champ Jr. is out there.
Brain sucker.
Did you take a nap right before this? You seem very tired.
He's probably been...
Yeah, go ahead.
Probably been out cutting wood and riding the tractor.
No, not today. Not today. When I got done editing, I was going to go out there, and then it poured. It poured rain out here. And
I saw that. I looked on the radar a while back, and I did see it raining up there, yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't get a chance to do it. I've just got a whole bunch of different things going on that I'm juggling through my mind. What's up with you guys? How was the weekend? That's where I usually start. Who wants to go? Who wants to talk about their weekend?
Saturday. Guess what I did Saturday.
What you do?
You never guess.
I know. I think I know what you did.
You should know. I think I told you.
Yes. Exactly.
Comic-Con, Tampa.
Oh, you went to Comic-Con? Dang it!
I
really wanted to go.
Peggy, my wife, and Spencer had tickets for Friday and Saturday, and they're like, she's like, come with me on Saturday. Give me something to do when Spencer's walking around. So I'm like, okay. So.
What, you've never been to the Comic-Con out there in Tampa?
I
have.
I haven't been. Oh, you have.
I have, and I love it, and I wanted to go, but can't go every time.
Oh,
no,
we could have made a whole school trip out of it. I didn't know. Like I've never been.
Maybe next year, because Marley and I love going.
Okay.
It was all right. I mean, I would. It's not like I'm going to go Comic-Con to Comic-Con to Comic-Con because I'm not dressed up or anything like that. But we went to the.
You should have dressed up. I think you should have put on like a super blonde wig, and had like a red cap. And
what are you going like Tranny Man or something? What do you got going on here?
You could have gone as Trump or something like that. They would have loved that in Comic-Con.
No. there was some really good. There's people with some really good costumes there, you know, and then some really plain stuff. And Spencer went as Super Mario.
Okay.
Had the overalls and the whole 9 yards and everything.
Okay. You got pictures? I didn't get any
somewhere
pictures.
I do. I probably come up with some.
Flying Rich says, were there any hotties there?
Oh yeah, there's always girls that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So, of course. I mean, that's part of the reason you go, right?
Right.
You know, if you're gonna flaunt it, I'm gonna look at it. Sure, what the heck? You know, come on. So,
I say no.
It's one of those things. If you're gonna come out with, you know, with your suit up to your crack of your ass and your tits hanging out, you better be aware that people are gonna be looking at you. So, anyways, yes. So we went. Had that. It was Saturday.
As long as you can tell the difference, it's all good.
Well, this is not Thailand,
mostly,
you know.
mostly.
So,
yes.
But anyways, and then on the way home, we went to Hooters for dinner, and then Sunday, I rewired my small trailer, fixed the lights, got that all back up and running properly.
Okay.
So the lights are all working properly, which is important. And after that, it was so effing hot that I didn't do much of anything else, really. I mean,
the question on my mind is, what did?
We went to lunch. That's right.
What did Peggy dress up as to go to Comic-Con?
Peggy, my wife.
Oh, okay.
She should dress up as Peggy from King of the Hill.
Oh. What was the name? Oh my gosh, what is the show with Al?
There was
Bundy?
There was a couple.
Isn't there
Barbies
Peggy Bundy? Go ahead. Sorry, Barbies.
There was at least
Peggy
one
Bundy.
really good Barbie.
But yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. Barbie's that's
Barbie's
like
hot
the thing
right
now
now.
because of
Yeah.
the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but you can't show up to be Barbie when you're 4'11" and
No, that is not your
150.
cosplay.
I mean, Barbie is about 8 inches tall, to my knowledge. So,
No.
right? Yeah.
We scale Barbie up proportionally.
Peggy Bundy. Peggy Bundy.
Peggy
There are
Bundy
certain
was always
Peggy Bundy?
Peggy Bundy.
Peggy Bundy. Come
Say-
on.
Yeah.
Peggy
The bigger
Bundy.
hair, she was always rocking it. Actually, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Peggy Bundy. Yeah.
Um, No, certain people should not do certain cosplays. I'm just
No.
saying.
No.
You know,
No.
I will never be able to do a cosplay of a man with a full head of hair. It just ain't gonna happen.
Why not?
Well, you can fake that with a wig. But
Fake a wig, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
You can't fake the Barbie figure. You can't fake the
No,
Barbie figure.
no, I couldn't.
You could do long flowing locks or something like that.
Do you guys really want to see me as like a shirtless Dragon Ball Z character? Like nobody wants that. That's not what anybody asked for. So no.
I'm trying to think what would be a good character that Patrick would naturally adapt to. Like
Papa
When
Smurf.
I was skinny,
Oh wow,
Smurf.
That's okay.
When I was more fit, let me see. I'll pull up a picture. I played a mean Dr. Horrible.
What? Who? Dr. Horrible. I don't even know who that is. Here's I just googled Tampa Comic Con. Let's see. I don't know if this
wonder
was
if you-
from the. This is from the recent show. Maybe not. Who knows?
Probably.
So, yeah. Yeah. I'm sure it was fun. What would you like to get dressed up as, Walter? If you dressed up as something, what would you?
I don't know. I thought about that. I was like, what would, something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to figure out.
Okay.
If you're gonna make a costume or something, you got to start doing that now.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna ready for the next time around.
Yeah, those things get complicated. They're complicated.
And if I don't have enough projects already to do, the last thing I can do is make a damn Comic-Con outfit.
That's
So,
part of the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I you know what? I liked Blade. Do you guys ever see the
You
Blade
could do
movie?
Blade. Yeah, you could pull off a nice Blade.
Blade, yeah. I don't know.
The big thing about Comic-Cons and things like that is not being embarrassed and just having fun and going and doing it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of
Yeah,
people are
yeah.
too afraid to do it. But
Yeah.
it's a ton of fun, and nobody's there to judge you. They don't give a shit because they're all doing stupid shit too. So
Yeah.
just
So-
go enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Now, Marley and I love going to Comic-Con. So we're we're less of the dress up type and more we just go and buy dumb shit that we shouldn't. All sorts of comic stuff,
statues,
stuff, yeah,
right.
Stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
Were there any
My
celebrities?
Mm-hmm. I have an art piece that I bought from a guy who's a local comic book artist. Yeah, you might like it, Hank. Hold on, let me pull it.
I think I've seen it before, but I'm sure the folks have not. The peoples out there.
Let me see if I'm in frame.
There you go.
Oh, I see.
So he was supposed to. I still follow him. I actually subscribed to his page, and he's supposed to turn this into a full-fledged character. But I liked it so much. This is the original. This isn't a print. This was years and years and years ago. And I liked the art so much. I was like, "How much do you want for the original?" And his wife, you could see he was like, "Oh, I don't know if I want to sell it. Oh, I really like it. It's the only, a little bit." Yeah, that was the only one I have, and it's a character that I'm developing. And his wife came over and was like, I think he said $120, and I was like, "Okay, I'll give you $120." And it's on my wall now.
Oh, cool. Did he blow up since then? Is he?
No, Matthew Sutton is his name.
Okay.
He's a really great artist. He's out of Orlando.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find him.
Yeah, he might be.
He still does the local comic scene.
Okay.
I think he's gotten a couple pretty good gigs, but nothing massive yet. But really, really cool guy, and he remembers me every time I go see him. Like every time we see him at a comic book or a Comic-Con, I'm always like, "Hey, I bought that thing." He's like, "Oh my god, it's you! Yeah, nice to see you again."
Yeah, just try to sell it back to him.
If he,
20 grand, 20 grand.
Wait for him to blow up, and then if you look up sketchbooks on Instagram, all one word, sketchbooks.
Sketchbooks on Instagram. Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Walt. You were going to say something about Peggy.
Peggy is a 7th Ink mark. You know, a 7th Ink. He's I forget his name, but he's an artist guy that does all kinds of T-shirts and pins and.
Matthew Johnson.
Yeah, 7th Ink. He's local in this area here.
Oh, I didn't know that. He's got some cool stuff.
Yeah. He does the Comic-Con circuit.
Let me see if I could find this guy. Hold on. So you said sketchbooks?
Sketchbook.
Oh, sketchbook.
No, with an S. SKETCHBOOKS. Sketchbooks. It's Matthew.
Oh, hold on. I think I just saw it there. This one.
That's him. Yeah, that's the art. That's the guy's art.
Oh, okay, cool.
He's really, his art. I wish I could draw like this, but this is not my cup of tea.
Okay, cool. Here, he's inking right here in this one.
Yeah, no, the guy's fantastic. He's really, really good.
Okay. Cool. There you go. So shout out to him. I cannot remember the name of the guy right now, so my bad for that. But there's someone who usually does enjoy our podcast, who does comic books as well, because
really?
he sent me a couple of those.
That's cool.
Including like a T-shirt and stuff like that. So yeah, shout out to all the artists out there. What are you going to say, Walt?
Oh no, I was just telling you about 7th Ink. That guy.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah. I think Peggy's bought me some shirts from there.
Yes, she has. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Uh-oh. Weather.
So, Able Defense says, I could do Comic-Con. I have the bubbies for it. There you go.
I'm working so I don't have the bubbies for it. I'm trying to get my ass back into shape so I don't have that.
There you go. And Flying Rich wanted to know who's going to IV 8888. So if you guys are planning on going out there, let us know.
Months out still. Y'all are crazy.
Oh,
I don't know what I'm doing next week.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to be able to go there because there's so many different shows around that time of the year that I have to go to that I've got to miss stuff. You know, what the heck is that? Oh.
Did you get one too? It's an Amber Alert?
No, I think. Oh, my the van, the audio's on the van, so that's how I got that. Yeah. So all right, there you go. So I think we covered the weekend well. You know, I didn't get up to much except I was working the tractor. You know, this weekend. That's what I was doing. Lola got a 0 turn so she could do her own thing. You know, that's
She
pretty
can
much.
zero turn.
But yeah, so she doesn't have to like sit around while I've actually been rearranging. I've been working on the berm out there that we shoot
Good.
into. Yeah,
Good,
so I've
good.
been working on that. Yeah, I don't have any photos or anything of it, but here, I'll share this one with you guys. Here's Lola on a zero turn while I'm on the tractor. Check that out. There's Lola out there zero turning.
So, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure. What's up?
Where are those going to live?
That one's living in the garage, since I don't have a car to go in the garage anymore. That's gonna be living.
What, the
in
tractor
garage.
or the zero turn?
The zero turn. The tractor.
Tractor can't fit.
The tractor. We'd have to take that that safety bracket thing that's on the back. I mean, it folds down, but I don't think
Yeah, it just folds down. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure it would get into the garage that easy. So that's gonna probably live outside or under the carport or something like that.
Carport.
Until you come get it. So ultimately, that's got to be accessible for whenever Walter shows up over here. So here's something I wanted to share with you guys. I don't know if anyone knows this about me. I love a reverse trike. I think in former lives I owned a reverse. And if you don't know what a reverse trike is, it's 2 wheels up front and 1 in the back. The way that God meant
I want
be.
to say that might not be the literal definition of a reverse trike.
Yeah.
Not everything with 2 and 1 is a reverse trike.
It
I'm
is.
just throwing that out there.
It is. If you got 3 wheels, you're a trike.
I don't.
Most
But that's a
most strikes.
tricycle.
Yeah, that's where the word trike comes from.
I am not sure that this is a
From
trike.
it's
I'm
from the
just
Roman.
saying.
The Roman trichiculus became
Trichiculus?
yeah, and then so anyway, listen.
I guess Trichiculus had a bulb up too. Okay.
Usually, oh my
A
gosh,
trike
uh-huh.
has to be built on a motorcycle chassis.
Why is that?
Not what you're about to show is definitely not built on a motorcycle chassis.
Wait. I don't understand. Since when does it have to be built on a motorcycle? Okay,
That's
hold on.
what a trike motorcycle is. A trike. It's built.
Yeah,
on a
but there's
motorcycle.
bicycles, there's tricycles, there's a whole bunch.
That's
Anything,
a tricycle, but not a
anything with 3
trike.
wheels is a tricycle. Usually, tricycles have 1 wheel up front and 2 in the back. A reverse trike has
Is
one,
the kind that flips
one
over
in the
and
back
kills
and
you
2 up
when you're
front. So
going
here you
too
go.
fast.
So check this out. Look at this reverse trike. Check that out. See, that is awesome.
I
as
don't
soon
know
as
if it
you-
meets the definition.
As soon as you post, those things are cool. But as soon as you posted, I said, step away from the forklift.
Oh God, yeah.
Walther Arms has been making concealed carry handguns for over 90 years, starting with the PPK. Today, Walther is based in the good old US of A and still builds quality firearms like the PPQ and PDP for personal defense and competition. So when you're in the market, please consider Walther Arms. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Walther Arms.
So is
Yeah.
What's the
So-
name of it? I gotta find it. I find a picture of it. Hold on.
I'm telling you that that's a reverse trike. So I'll show you again. Here's a still.
That's a
Boom.
forklift.
It's a forklift. It's a reverse trike forklift.
It has nothing to
Is-
do with a reverse trike.
Is the BMW Izetta a reverse trike? I think that's the
BMW
one that was
Isetta.
notorious for flipping over in the 60s and 70s and killing
No, you're talking about a different. No, you're not talking about the Izetta.
people. BMW 62 BMW Izetta 300 Super Plus car. I'm trying
Yeah,
to find,
but
there was another one too.
you're talking about the one that was in Top Gear, and yes, that is a reverse trike. The one you're talking about, it's a reverse trike.
That's a car.
That the term trike, the
It's
term trike is more
It's a-
suited
it's a-
toward a motorcycle than it is
Yes.
a seated vehicle.
These were technically so in most countries. These are technically motorcycles. If you're
Hank,
not a car unless you have four wheels.
Is cereal
That's
a
even
soup?
in America, huh?
Is cereal a soup?
Cereal?
Is it a soup?
No. How could it be a soup?
It's what is the definition of a soup?
A soup. I'm going to define a soup as stuff that was cooked and boiled for a long time. Cereal, you pour
You
cold
don't
milk
have to be
on it.
cooked. You have cold soups.
Are those called
Alright,
soups?
when you guys decide to come back to Earth, let me know.
It's a listen, even in a... So what do you call those Can-Ams? Right, you know the Can-Am has... there's those Can-Am reverse strikes?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Those are not cars. They're motorcycles.
Oh, no. Those are registered as motorcycles.
Yeah, those are motorcycles. So all these things, all those, the Izetta, all those other ones. The one you're talking about that was on Top Gear, I forgot the name of it right now, but that had 1 up front and 2 in the back, I think, right? I think that's how that... The slingshot, there you go. So...
No, slingshot, that's a modern day thing. That's what I'm not talking about. I'm talking about
So
the
then what
Yeah.
are those things they ride around in India, the tic-tics or whatever the heck those things are?
Yeah, that's
I don't-
literally a bicycle frame, so that's probably a
That's-
trike. That
that's
probably
a
is the
tricycle.
literal definition.
Yeah, but those aren't... So, yeah, some of those are on 2 wheels, right? They're not all 3 wheels. Some are 2
those
wheels.
The ones they race and stuff are all 3 wheels. Yeah.
Yeah, those are 3. Are those 2 in the back or in the front? I think
In
a
the
lot of
back.
them... Yeah, 2 in the back, 1 in front.
Here's where I'm getting at. This is the theory, and I want to hear y'all's take on this.
Mhm.
Every food out there is either, it can fall into one of 3, every single food can fall into one of 3 categories. A soup, a sandwich, or a salad.
Oh
Everything.
shit.
A soup... Oh, wait, hold on. Soup,
A soup,
sandwich,
A
salad.
sandwich, or a salad.
Okay.
Cereal is a soup. A taco is a sandwich because it's
Wait a minute.
between 2 things.
What is steak? Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Steak isn't a prepare. Steak is just a meat. It's not like a thing you prepare. Yeah. So.
Oh, you
I mean,
gotta
like,
cook it.
like
Well,
dishes.
not the way you
Like a
guys
dish
eat it.
Is every single dish. Hank likes his steak like a charcoal.
It's
okay?
gotta be burnt.
No, it's disgusting. Ugh.
No,
A
you
nice
don't eat it
medium
like a
or medium.
savage. You don't eat it like a savage. By the way, Reliant Robin, that's what you're talking about from Top Gear. See, that had the terrible...
That's the one from the. That's the one that turned over real bad, right?
Yeah, 1 up front and 2 in the back. That's why.
That's a regular trike. It's not a trike.
Yeah.
What am I saying?
Hey,
It's a car.
you just...
It's
No.
a car.
Too late. Too late.
It's a car.
It has.
Shout out to Shooting Gallery, Annie. He's out there. What are you going to say, Walter? It has what?
It has a tricycle style.
Oh. There you go. Let's see what's going on
Referring
here.
to like
There
a
you go.
bike, like an old person's
Oh,
tricycle
there we go,
they
now we're-
pedal. That's a tricycle. That's a tricycle.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a tricycle style. Or I don't, hey, whatever. Tomato. I don't give a fuck. Okay.
Did you
Whatever.
did you guys ever see where Top Gear? Did you ever see the episode where they launched that vehicle into? They try to launch it into space. The Reliant Robin. They made it into a shuttle. Huh?
I've never
No, I
watched
didn't.
Top Gear before.
Oh, you've never watched Top Gear? Oh, okay.
Never seen it. No.
You
Really?
savage.
Wow.
What's the matter
Did
with
y'all
you?
know? Did y'all know that there is a? Do either of y'all have Samsung TV, smart TVs at home?
I think one of ours, maybe.
So Samsung, and I don't know if it's the only one that does this, but Samsung has TV channels that are Wi-Fi based. I guess they're ad served Wi-Fi based TV channels, and there's a specific gun one that I was watching this afternoon. And I was wondering why somebody like Barnauls hasn't come along and made some like good TV shows or something, or even internet TV.
They make good. They've got some good stuff that they do that they produce.
Let me
But
just
it's like
on
YouTube.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would say that a lot of the companies want to control the whole
Maybe.
thing.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because if you don't control it, you don't control it. So you don't know. You might be in one segment, and some other thing that you don't really dig is in the
I
other
thought
segment.
in the past that you had some of these companies, like we've seen, there was some stuff that was on the Outdoor Channel or something like that. with
Yeah,
some of the
see,
companies.
that's what I'm wondering. Like, so this
Yeah.
one is really interesting. I'm trying to find the channel that what do they call it? Boomerang or something is what they call their like Wi-Fi based channels.
Mhm.
It was some sort of gun channel, and the show that they were airing was partially sponsored by Midway USA. I'm just saying, and it was history of such and such gun, and the whole episode is the history of whatever gun. The first one I tuned into, which made me think of this podcast tonight, was the history of the FNFAL.
Oh,
And I was
okay.
like, man, Walter would love watching that. That was a great.
Oh.
Outdoor America is the name of the channel. It's
Okay.
on Samsung TVs. It's called Outdoor America. And then let's see if I can find it because it was on Outdoor America. Let's see if I can
I
find
mean,
it.
you know, I love Barnauls. I think we all love Barnauls around here. You realize they just upgraded their website since the 80s, the late 80s.
No, I know.
So
Well,
it's going to
you
be
know,
another 20 years before we get that going.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess yeah. I mean, Midway and Barnauls are not friends
Yes.
Oh, no? Oh, really?
because
They're
Barnauls
competitors.
sued Midway because Midway basically copied the format of their catalog.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay.
Oh, that the way Brownells catalog, the traditional catalog, the way it's laid out,
Mhm.
that's only Brownells, and Midway knocked it off, and they got sued.
Oh, okay. So
So-
this is way back in the days then.
This
No,
must have
that
been a
didn't
ways
happen.
back before.
That wasn't happened. The lawsuit wasn't. Okay, the lawsuit might have been 10 years ago, 15 years ago, or something. But that
Okay.
wasn't-
That's back in the
Too far
days.
2000. No, 2002.
Not really.
Oh,
So, yeah,
2002.
20
No, that's not back
20
in the day.
Yeah.
20 years
listen,
ago.
listen to me. When I talk to you, listen to me. Okay?
You said 10. You said 10. It wasn't 10. It's 20.
All right. So you know, a couple years here and there, but listen to me. You got you say that. You know what I'm saying? I know, stupid. Come on.
You know, stupid, or let him,
I know, stupid.
let him invite him to come
I-
on the show one of these days.
I don't believe it, you. Yeah, I don't believe it, you.
I have no problem chatting with Larry Potterfield. Is that his name?
No,
Larry
he's old
Potterfield.
school.
Ways
Yeah,
gone.
he's
Yeah,
old
I wouldn't mind chatting with him. It'd be fun.
I mean,
They sh-
they're 100% NRA and all that stuff. If you don't want.
Yeah.
Listen, I agree with you. It would
a
be
board
cool if some of these gun companies, either like one that was big enough, got their own TV station, which would be nice, or radio
that's what I'm
station,
saying.
or a combination
Yeah.
thereof.
I would
or
love to produce.
They got
content for something
together.
like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
they got
no,
together and
Hold on,
like
I'll show-
Got
started a
together. Got together.
station.
Hold on, Walter.
Would you? That only works so long, and then eventually everybody says, "I don't like what this guy's doing. I don't like what he's
Yeah.
saying. He's trying to take over." You know, then they in a lawsuit. It's like so.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time before the
Walter,
getting together of the
let's
gun
see yours.
companies.
We'll
is
compare.
never-
We'll compare. Let's
What
see
do you
yours
guys?
versus
What do
mine.
oh boy!
You
All
ready?
right, what do you have, Patrick?
Here's mine.
That's all right.
Okay, so Patrick has
Oh,
parts.
oh, you know. So okay, now Scorpion. Oh, that's right. You were going. I'm going to glue that one back together, and I'm like, good fucking luck.
I'm gonna try.
Um,
I'm gonna try. It's gonna be a hell of a challenge, but I'm gonna try. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
so
I mean,
bag of scorpion right here.
let's see the parts. Okay, there you go.
do they make? Is anybody making a welding fixture for that?
Yeah, they do. It's like $200, and that's probably the only way I'm gonna be able to
Oh,
accomplish it.
Walter's got parts too now.
Yeah, Walter. These things, when they go on sale, I bought this whole bag of goodies for like $160. They go on sale for
Now
cheap.
they've been cheaper than that lately. I think somebody had something going for like $1.25 or something.
Oh, actually, you know what? That might have been what I paid for this. They brought another company must have brought in a massive, huge old boatload of them.
Yeah, I picked this up from. I did some swapping and trading at Knob Creek for this one. So
The last
Is that
the last
that's a
Knob
32?
Creek.
no, not the last Knob Creek, but this is semi-auto. This is a Checkpoint USA. So
I want to get my hands on. Well, I want.
Yeah, that's
this
cool.
one-
That's a cool looking Scorpion.
I mean,
I don't have it with me, but I've got the more modern looking one, which is not the latest one. I know they.
Not
the one I really they made a 9mm version of this. That's what I'd like to have.
VZ62 9mm? You sure about that? They made a 380 one.
9mm.
Yeah.
The 9mm CZ VZ68. Okay.
I don't think
I've
it
not
went
seen 'em.
anywhere. At the
No,
time. I
I've
don't
never
think
seen them.
It's too.
Ah.
We have the plastic CZ, Scorpion thing. I would rather much have
What was it called, Patrick?
A VZ68.
Oh, okay.
Because the old one is
Pull
a
it up
VZ61.
on the old Wikipedia machine.
So that's the Scorpion in 32. That's a 61. You got to find the 68, which I found a page on Firearms blog that talks about it, but I don't see a whole lot else.
68.
There is a 68 9mm parallel.
Yeah,
9mm, yep.
Yeah.
VZ68 and the Scorpion 9x19. Guess who did a video on it? A good video, probably.
Forgotten Weapons.
Forgotten Weapons got a video on it.
Yeah.
He gets access. He gets access to all this cool shit. So
yeah, that should be a TV. How come Forgotten Weapons hasn't gotten a TV show?
If anybody would make for a quality TV show, Forgotten Weapons would be on my list.
Yeah. There's some other people, some other folks out there.
I think at 2.5 or 2.6 million followers, I think he's doing all right.
Yeah, it's pretty much a TV show.
Yeah, he's doing fine. He probably, honestly, he probably reaches more audience on YouTube than a TV channel.
Mm-hmm.
Than they get on any TV show.
At some point here, we're gonna I think we will go past the bullshit from YouTube. And
you think so? I think they're gonna burn down before we get past the bullshit.
It's not gonna be YouTube when that happens, though.
No, it won't be. That's what I'm saying. I think
there's opportunity for someone or some group if they can
mm-hmm.
pull it off.
Yeah.
To really, but I mean, for the time being, it's hard to compete.
We need a whole bunch of things to come together to really replace the infrastructure that Google has, and / YouTube has built up. It's going to cost a lot of money. It'd be really tough to do. But I think a confluence of technology, timing, all this kind of stuff can maybe create something that will escape the gravity of what YouTube is. And I think it would work as long as they didn't do all the shit that YouTube's getting up to, because YouTube's obviously gotten up to a lot of stuff. And they're their own worst enemy. The biggest part of it is actually the people that are behind it, that are...
well, that's because they're based in California, my friend.
Yeah. And when you talk to those folks, they think they think their way of looking at things is the right way, which I guess a lot of people think that, but it's kind of crazy. I was talking to someone who, you guys are still there, right? I can hear you.
Now we're back.
I'm here. Now I can hear you. Yeah.
I was so my barber. You guys know my barber, right? His brother is an executive over at YouTube, and I was talking to him recently, and he could give two craps about. Mm-hmm. I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm shadow banned." He's like, "No, that's a myth. That doesn't even happen." And I was like, "Oh well, I don't think so."
Right. See, the problem with the YouTube people is they're like people in Washington or people that live in New York City. They only know what happens in New York City.
Yeah,
because most of them have never been out of. Most of them have never been outside of New York City, so they don't even know there's another world out there.
Mm-hmm. When the Twitter files came out and everybody was like, "See, they have been shadow banning us forever." The select few came out and said, "No, it's not shadow banning. It's called selective focus on your blah blah blah. It's not
selective
shadow
fuckery."
Like, yeah, I'm like, and it's like, are you fucking for real?
No,
like it's just because it's a different name doesn't mean it's not the same thing.
It's called censorship.
Yes, exactly. And they're all, "No, it's not the same thing."
Oh no, we
That's
don't do
I
that.
guarantee. I guarantee this barber brother probably plays the same game where he's like, "Well, we don't call it that, so it's not that."
So he lived. He one of the interesting things. He used to live in San Francisco, and he told me he moved from San Francisco because there was too many bums. So I mean that speaks for itself.
My question is, why is that in San Francisco?
But guess where he moved to? Guess where he moved to?
Gainesville.
Hank already told me, so I can't.
Portland.
Oh well, that's bums.
I think Portland's worse.
Yeah. This is why we have the problems that we have. This is why, because there's people. Not everyone in America believes like what we believe or looks at things the way we do. I get that, but there's folks out there. Like on our side, when things happen, we look at it and we go, "Oh, okay, this is terrible." We fight back, we push back against those things. On the other side, they want this stuff to happen.
What's causing it? Not well. That's okay. They're just that way. That attitude of, well, they're okay, they're just that way. That's just like saying, go ahead, take me in the ass anytime you want. Go ahead. It's the same kind of.
Yeah, it's a philosophy of life that some people have, that they sit around waiting for other people to do things for them, or they believe it's the reason why YouTube or these other companies are doing what they're doing. What we're doing as gun guys is legal, protected in the Constitution. We can go on and on about it, but to them, they have the power to do something, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna do something about this and affect it." And you actually get the opposite. You get the opposite result of that. So, I mean, it is we can't do anything about these people. At some point, everything in the places where these guys are is going to break down and lead to destruction, and that's the only thing.
You want to chat real quick since we're talking about what you call it, destruction and breaking down, and the accelerationism. The faster it can break down, the better it's going to be for all of us. I have been getting so many freaking suggested videos on like Facebook Shorts, Instagram Shorts about the actors strike going on.
Okay.
And I can't give less of a fuck about a bunch of rich Californians complaining that they can't get whatever,
Yeah, but
I can't.
And there's another thing going on behind that. The creativity that we've seen out of these people is non-existent.
It doesn't. That's the other thing. They're producing garbage and then saying, well, you're not paying me enough. And it's like, well, none of y'all should deserve any
They're
of the money
replaceable.
you're getting, because all of your shit's garbage.
Yeah.
The only thing I get about what they say about, like, you take a picture of your face, boom, and next thing you know, they own the company, the corporation owns your likeness, and for the next 100 years they're using your likeness, and you don't get a dime.
Yes,
okay?
I get that.
Now, I don't care. They can't say blah 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 whatever. You don't use Jimi Hendrix likeness. You don't use Marilyn Monroe's likeness. You don't use John Wayne's likeness anywhere without paying for it. Elvis, fuck it, Elvis, he's still making millions. Okay, so why should they be able to use Hank Strange's likeness or Chromie's likeness to sell diapers if it's cute for the next 100 years?
Well, so there's I don't know. That's a little. I mean, first of all,
without a deal.
Right. But I think they do. There is a deal. When the parents of that baby go in there to make the pamper commercials, they agree to.
That's one of the things that I think is so funny is they're complaining. Well, we're not getting this and this, and it's like, well, you signed that contract that you were happy with at the time,
But at the time they weren't. There was no such. Some of these people, there's no such thing as the artificial intelligence and all this other stuff that's coming along. Boom, 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 boom. So I get part of it. Now, when you get $30 or $40 million to make a film and you're crying about it, whatever.
I think, here's what I think. I think that ultimately we've reached a point where we don't need these people anymore. There's better entertainment on YouTube than what they're doing. So, yeah, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We'll continue this. Hold on a second. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like High Point Firearms and Full Forge Gear, bags and gear for everyday life. Did you know High Point is an American family-owned and operated company located in Ohio with over 30 years of manufacturing experience? High Point is proud to be the home of the working man's gun and your source for affordable handguns and carbines with a lifetime warranty. So when you're in the market, please consider High Point. So here's what I was trying to say about that. If everything the way that let's just look at it right now, right? These guys are, there's a unions involved, different unions. You got writers, actors, and stuff like that, right? They're striking. They want more money. That's part of the process that Hollywood has created, right?
That's exactly correct.
Yeah. Now, we don't necessarily believe in it. I know I don't. I chose not to get involved in Hollywood and go along with all the shit because I would have to literally break my brain to think the way that they do. But these folks believe everything that they're doing And now they're fighting amongst each other when really the answer is in front of us. If you're creative, if you're intelligent, you don't need to do these things. You don't need to make these agreements. You could go out there on your own and create yourself. But ultimately, you make the agreements.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem, and I don't know that they've realized this yet. They're expendable. If the big actors step aside and all of a sudden go, well, I'm just going to go into my own sand pit and play with my own toys, there are a million people below them that are chomping at the bit to come up and take their places.
Yeah, but who?
Which is part of the problem.
Okay, that's true. At some point here, for this big machinery that they're part of, they have to make agreements. So this is like a bargaining thing. Let's say we take it away from Hollywood and we look at what's going on with the auto manufacturers
Industry.
out there. Yeah, and the unions, right? It's the same kind of thing. You always want more money. When there's this big industry involved, you support it. You always look at it as, oh, wow, these guys get a bunch of money, but us, the guys out here, the grunts on the streets, we don't get the money. And so always there's this fight. And it's true. It's a for real thing. But you're supporting these industries that are not functioning normally, right? If you look at GM, look at how much money the government has put into GM. For example, just look at the electric car thing. They literally ignored Tesla, that pioneered what we see as electric cars right now, and they gave all the glory to GM. GM is meanwhile going out of business and can't make any electric cars.
That obviously we all know that that's a political stunt, and there's a
Right.
reason why they're ignoring Tesla. And it's
Yeah.
because of money.
But at some point, the street level workers, right? They get mad because they go, "Hey, we're not getting the big share." When that's happening, the politicians are getting a big share. The people running the corporations are getting a big share, and they're just scamming everyone. This is what's going on in the world, right?
The answer, obviously, to me, is completely away from everything they have and free market the whole thing. If you want to get together with your friends and make a movie and see how much it goes for, then do it. Like, why do you need these massive production studios? Why do you need all this?
But we're
extra
talking
money?
about people who don't believe in that, right? They believe
That's exactly,
that
you're right, you're exactly
someone's supposed to go out there and do it for you. Well, if
Yep.
someone sets up that thing for you, they dictate what money you make. So you
That's
choose.
exactly correct. They
Yeah.
own that playground. Go to your own.
Yeah, you could either work
And
for the man or work for yourself, and they're
I
both
think
tough.
It's exactly correct. I
Yeah.
think it's hilarious that some of the people are saying, "Well, you know what? For me, because the argument right now is I have to make $26,000 a year to get benefits from the Actors Guild, and I can't hardly make that because I have a press person that takes 5%. I have an agent who takes 15%. I have this. It's like, well, then fuck those people and go do it on your own. And, I can't do that. I can't do that. That's I have to have it. Like,
I think
fuck off
we're
inside.
I think we're going to see a lot of that. And one of the things I think we're happening right now with Hollywood, if you notice, because technology changes, right? Now there's a lot of streaming going on, and a lot of the big Hollywood actors, some of the producers and other people involved, they're mad because a lot of movies are coming out and not going just to the theaters, right? They're going straight to streaming, and they feel like they're losing a lot of money that way, But most people don't want to go to a movie theater. They want to just watch the stuff at
Fuck
home.
go to a movie theater. Why would I ever want to go sit in one of those cesspits? It's overpriced. A thing of popcorn for two people to go to a Friday night movie. It's like $60 to $70.
I'm with you.
No,
I feel like an old curmudgeon. You know who goes to movie theaters? Teenagers.
That's it.
Or
because they don't have their own money. They're
Yeah.
on mommy and daddy's money, and they don't know the value of a dollar.
Yeah, people less than 30 years old go to movie
That's
theaters.
it. That's it.
Maybe someone dating who doesn't have their own place.
We talked about this today on the chat, but Marley and I this afternoon watched Snatch on the internet, and which is a fantastic movie. It is an all-time
It's a
favorite
movie
of
for
mine.
people out there who want to know. It's not a body part.
Really, really, I don't know what else Guy Ritchie has done, but that movie is hilariously good. Marley had never seen it, and she's more of a movie buff than me. But like, why the fuck would I want to go sit at a stinky room with a bunch of people where popcorn is $15 for a little box of it? Like, I'll sit on my TV, on my couch, and watch my 60-inch TV.
Yeah, in a big movie theater, you can't pause it.
That's even worse.
Yeah, you can't pause it, You can't rewind
she
it.
had to take She had to take a break because of the baby. We hit pause halfway through the movie. We both walked away for an hour and a half or two, and then came back and finished it. It was perfect.
Yeah. I'm not.
Okay, my curmudgeonness, I guess, is over.
Yeah.
Are you guys finished?
Walter, do you like movie theaters?
I don't like the cost of it. No.
For the money that you could spend, you're better off paying iTunes or whoever else $20.
I haven't been to one. I can't remember. I'm trying to think what the last movie I went to see. I can't remember what.
Civil War. I think was the last time. Was it
Civil
War?
War?
That I went saw?
Damn, I can't remember the last movie I saw in a movie theater.
How long ago did Marvel Civil War come out? I think that's the last time I ever went to a
long
theater.
time. That's a long time.
Yeah, that's the last movie I've been to.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess we should feel sorry for what's going on. But
my other problem. I'm going to curmudgeon a little bit more here. My other problem is we are using our money to support people who hate us.
Mm-hmm.
We're using our money to support people who
and you're supporting a lot of people who also traffic children and abuse children.
That is absolutely a fact in Hollywood, and people don't want to.
That whole Hollywood scene is all been. That's part of that whole. There's a network there that's protecting.
How did everybody know what Weinstein was up to? But we never talk about it.
Because everybody's on the fucking take. That's why.
Yeah.
If that actress has to go give that guy a blowjob and she gets $40 million. Hello.
Every system is corrupt.
Hello?
It's the same problem with politics. It's the same problem with the teachers' unions. And every system is corrupt. A system on its own is corrupt, right? People
Hollywood
have power
like
in there.
that. Hollywood's been like that forever.
Basically, yeah.
You look at some of these movies from the early 20s and the 30s with the kids in it, and it was blatant sexualized stuff where they were talking about squirting loads on kids' face and everything else. It's bizarre. I watched this one, and it's like you don't realize it. It kind of looks cute, and they're doing all this stuff, and it's like, oh my God, they're talking about having sex. These little kids are, and it's like
it's amazing that
forever.
Yeah. It's amazing that this side of humanity, I feel like, has been around forever, and you
power
fight against
corrupts.
it.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
I'm not even saying power in general. Just the children thing has been a problem for a very long time. It is not a modern problem.
Mommy and daddy are drinking and smoking and having sex in the back while their kid is being used like a Trojan. I mean, that's what
Elijah Wood. There's a good interview with Elijah Wood, whose mother was, I guess, took care of him while because he was a child actor as well.
Mm-hmm.
His mom would refuse to let him go to like Hollywood parties, and he had an interview years ago, 10, 15 years ago, where he was like, "Thank God she protected me when I was a kid," because he was a cute little kid that all of those grown men wanted to be around. So, but he made a comment.
Unfortunately,
like,
this is what the whole thing was built on. Like you're saying, if you go back in the days, if you think of what's his name, Dean.
James Dean.
James Dean. Yeah, the Hollywood producers used to abuse him sexually, right? Because they had the power to do it. This is just what it is. You give people power, and then whatever their things are become a thing. And yes, people unfortunately have always gone against children, although it's in our core that we have to protect the kids, right? But when you have systems like this set up, people do all this kind of shit. It happens in politics. It happens in everything.
You dangle that bundle of $100 bills, and you'd be surprised what people will do for a bundle.
Look at music. Why did people
don't have?
Let me ask you this. Why did people let their kids spend the weekend with Michael Jackson? Does it make any sense?
Because they were getting fucking paid. That's why.
Yeah, there's no amount of money you could pay me for that.
I don't care.
I have kids. I'd rather be broke. I'd rather live in a shack.
There's a lot of whores that sell their kids, their grannies, everybody else. They don't care.
People don't care. People don't care. People are horrible, and that's all people. But some people have the ability to rise above that. And if you really want to do it, you could do it. But Yeah,
Google
go
still
ahead.
amazing. Was Michael Chael Jackson a child prodigy, good person, Sonic fan, tenor, part of the Jackson 5, black belt, rapper, king of Africa? No pedophile, and when I put pedophile, it does not autocorrect for it.
Mm.
It's amazing how Google
Well,
does things
There's
like
a
that.
there's a lot of
there's
bad, broken people behind a lot of things. It's in. Look at how, just to get back up to a little bit to what, well, I mean, we're way off the track of anything, but look at what's happening in, man, this thing will not focus today. Look at what's happening in Washington D.C., right? You saw the thing with Mitch McConnell. Everyone saw that out there. He froze up,
Oh,
had a
that
stroke.
man had a
He's having-
stroke. That man
Live
had a
on
stroke.
camera.
I guarantee he's got damage in his frontal
Yeah.
lobe.
Look at
I
Feinstein.
guarantee.
Look at Feinstein. They literally have to say, vote yeah, vote yeah.
She's
Feinstein.
the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
She's the
Look at
Walking Dead.
Biden.
He don't know
Okay.
where he is half the time.
Yeah. So what's happening? What's happening? Why? We're talking about these things. Yes, there's terrible things happening to kids. This is one of the reasons. This is big in the immigration conversation, right? All these kids are coming into America. People don't even know who's bringing them in. Are they their parents? What's going on there? And when people go, oh no, we gotta lock this down and find out what's going. Oh no, we don't want to lock that down. Why is it happening? Because behind a lot of this are really bad, evil, corrupted people that like to use and abuse other people.
And there's government officials that take a little bit of extra this on the side here and there. Next thing you know, next thing you know, those kids disappear.
Yeah.
Whoop, gone.
But this is the system. I think the same thing is going on with the whole Hollywood thing right now. It's the system. A lot of these folks supported the system. Now the system is turning against them. They were all together before. Now it's like, oh no, but you're not being fair to me. Well, why not? They did all your equity, diversity, and inclusion shit, which was bullshit, right? That's just signaling. Yeah, but that's what they do. You supported them while they're doing it, but they're not really doing it, right? Charity begins at home. If these were really good people behind these studios and all that kind of stuff, they would do the right thing. But why should they do the right thing?
They're garbage.
You support them when they don't do the right thing. Now we should support you while that you're saying you're being abused, and yeah, we don't. Honestly, I don't care. If you want to get away from it, get away from it. Don't be part of it. Break out and do your own thing. And we will see a lot of celebrities start to do that as they get away from what's happening. That's why you're seeing like Ice Cube is out there right now doing a tour, talking to a lot of people he would have never spoken to before because they've locked Ice Cube out.
Throwing this out to you real quick.
Yeah, but you have to get the majors to do that.
I don't.
Once you pull the majors out, those major, like all the ones that do all the Marvel movies and all that stuff, then you have power.
Yeah.
If you got a second act,
real quick,
you don't got no power.
Go ahead, Patrick.
Mm-hmm. A company that I have actually bought from before. I just found this on Reddit Gun Deals. AR15discounts.com, which I have purchased a couple things from them. They're good to go. I think it was AR15discounts.com. They have a 3-pack of Anderson lowers with no logo for $52.
3 of them.
3 lowers, no logo, $52.
What does that wind up being individually? Oh my god, like
$17 each.
Okay.
I used to, whenever you say a special like that, I'd be like my fingers would be going. And next thing you know, I'd have 3 of those lowers. I stopped doing that because I ended up with so much stuff.
Yeah. 42 mil. 42 Chilled mentioned Tucker. So like Ice Cube was on Tucker. I don't know if you guys know this. You know what happened to Ice Cube during COVID? He was going to make a movie. He was going to make $9 million. The people said to him, if you're going to make this movie, everyone involved has to go get the shot. He said, no, I'm not getting the shot. Okay. Right? By the way, lots of black people are against getting the shot. Don't blame them. We don't have to get into relitigate that whole thing. So he said no. He left it alone. He just turned down the $9 million, right? Well, they leaked it, and then people started beating him up publicly because he didn't get the shot. And then he pushed back against that, so he got canceled basically and pushed out of Hollywood and all that kind of stuff. So that's why he's out there now, like trying to, push back and fight against the thing. The system that you support will destroy you. Even for us, like people on our side, we support politicians and all that. They get in there, they don't give a shit about us.
They're all fucking dirty.
Yeah. So
he was him of all people. From coming up from NWA or whatnot, you think they would have known, like, you don't trust the people at the top. Why would you trust the people at the top?
Why would any liberal, growing up, I'm a kid, right? All these, protesters, anti-government, the government sucks. Well, these are all the same people that go get vaccinated, shots, and over, because they follow like sheep. If their leader person says, "Go cut your nuts off," they'll go cut their nuts off because he said, "I need to do that."
I don't understand. They're the people that would never take a Trump shot. Remember? Oh, if Trump comes up with it and pushes it through, I'm never taking.
Yeah, it's based. A lot of that's based on ideology. A lot of that stuff that
it is. No, it is.
It doesn't matter. If their people tell them to go jump off the bridge because it's healthy, some of them will line up and jump off the bridge because they don't think for themselves. That's the problem. I mean, it's like you can't. There's that saying, like, you can't fix stupid. Have you seen the picture going around on Instagram where the guy jumps off like the 4-story roof into a tree, falls all the way through the tree, and lands on a chain link fence on the bottom?
Yeah, with square.
You can't fix stupid.
You know what? I'm getting older because clearly, as I get older, my first thought was, if you broke my fucking chain link fence, I would have you out there with your broken leg fixing that shit, because that's expensive and a pain in the ass. Like, are you shit? You fell out of a tree on my chain link fence? Fuck you!
That dude could have landed on a pole and he would have been impaled in that thing, and he would have died.
I didn't see this. Why did this guy jump off the tree?
He thought I think he thought the tree was going to slow him down as he fell through it, and it didn't slow him down one day.
Oh, you mean like in a movie where you fall and then you hit the trees or you hit another branch, and he thought that shit was real?
Well, he knows it's real now.
And he survived this. He survived this?
I said, you can't fix stupid. You can't do it. You can't fix cards. You can't
trying to find it. He smacks the shit out of that
fence.
Oh,
yeah. He was going down hard, yeah.
Where was this? I have not seen this.
I'm trying to find it. Hold on. I'm trying to find the video. It's going around it's going around your typical internet. Facebook, Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, he jumps off the top of a building. And his friends are filming him, so he's doing it for a stunt.
Yeah, have you seen the one where the dude's riding through this, like, it's like a muddy thing on a scooter. It's like a little person, little chubby.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yes, right.
And he wipes out and he rolls. I said, that's the barrel roll. That's what that's called. It's a barrel roll. And
I've seen that video. That guy should have gotten all-wheel drive on that scooter.
He was still busted his ass, but it doesn't matter. All-wheel drive. It doesn't matter.
Armin in Access says thought he was Rambo First Blood. I don't know.
Yeah, he's Randall first broken dick.
That thing works in movies. Listen, if you're falling and you hit anything, it's gonna hurt. So even if you hit something that gives way to you, it's gonna hurt really bad. Then you're gonna hit another thing. Then you're gonna hit another. It's gonna keep hurting. You probably kill you.
For anybody that's curious, if you look up "man lands on fence" and hit Google Images, lots of people have landed on wrought iron fences. And these are not pretty. These aren't pretty.
Yeah,
don't Google it. They have to pull them off. Yeah.
They had
to. A couple of them, they cut them off the fence with the fence in them, and then take them to the hospital.
Yeah. All right. Listen, I think we're coming up here on a break that we need to take. Right after that, we're gonna come back and we are gonna talk about what's going on with the ATF.
With Armslist, you can shop the extensive list of local and nationwide firearms classified, now with more confidence because of their built-in firewall. For only $6.99 a month for personal use, or $30 a month for business vendors, so when you're in the market, please consider Armslist. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Armslist.
All right, so there's a bunch of different stories on this whole ghost gun thing. It's been a yo-yo. I know when I was talking to Walter and Patrick about it,
Okay, so if you haven't seen it, it's been out for,
stay on.
Yeah,
Stay off. It's like,
it's been out for a
fuck
couple
me,
of days.
stop it.
Supreme Court temporarily reinstates ATF ghost gun rule. So, Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito yesterday temporarily blocked a lower court's decision to invalidate a Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives regulation aimed at restricting privately made firearms it's not known as ghost guns. This is some bullshit that people created. But okay, let's give it that. Ghost guns that are difficult for law enforcement to trace. The Biden administration had sought support from the Supreme Court following a ruling from a federal district court in Texas. This has been going on and on, back and forward. There's a whole bunch of different places that have been talking about this. I saw even John Crump is on his vacation out in a luxury cruise ship.
You jinxed him.
And he's still... well, it's him. He still is putting stuff up there about it, and he's on vacation.
I don't think Crump can fully ever disconnect from the internet. I don't think that's possible.
He needs the glory. I understand. I get it. But yeah, I mean, listen, news is going on all the time, right? This is the world that we live in. So this has been back and forward. And so now Justice Alito has given the ATF a break. And I think when John was talking about it, he said, okay, maybe this means that the Supreme Court's going to take it up. Walter, we'll start with you. What do you think? What do you think about this whole thing?
It's bullshit. Just back and forth. You know, as somebody who sells things like this, you know, okay, great, we can put it back up. Oh, no, you got to take them down. Oh, great, got to put it back up. Oh, got to take them down. It's like, this is... The Fifth Circuit, they clearly stated that they have no authority to do this stuff. You know, so why do... But just because ATF goes to the Supreme Court, we have to stop the world. You know, if Hank Strange go to the Supreme Court, they're going to go, oh, fuck you, Hank Strange. You're
That's exactly
but Justice Alito is not worried about me coming after him. You know, one of the things that's... If you look, they've been going after Alito from the beginning, and they've been going after...
They've been hard on him lately.
They've been putting pressure on the Supreme Court, you know. They came up with stuff, you know, ethics things and all that. They want to regulate them. I agree with you. They can't regulate them, right? But, you know, I think that Alito has like I think they've put the pressure on him. That's why he did it.
Maybe he has a plan.
I don't have confidence in any of them, but I'm crossing my fingers that there's some thought behind this to smack their peepees.
I know the brother on the court is on our side.
Yeah, he's on our
Clarence
side.
Thomas.
I know.
Right.
I know he's there. You can't touch.
Right.
You can't trust the other guy, the white dude that's in charge. He's
Alito.
No, not Alito.
Not Alito. Roberts. Sorry, yeah, my bad. Right. Guy. Yes. Yeah, he's the Chief Justice.
He's a Chief Justice. He's they got goods on Roberts, so you can't trust his ass.
Yeah.
But
you know what? I don't have enough confidence of which way it's going to go. So it may seem like, oh, the Supreme Court's going to take it up, and we know where that's going to go. Now, I know where it should go. You have the right to make your own guns. Mm-hmm. You have that right. It was
stated by the Fifth Circuit what the deal is.
This is older than America.
It is the second oldest time in the world.
Is it the second?
First and make weapons second. That's it.
It's exactly right, though.
Absolutely. Didn't Cain kill Abel by making a ghost gun? Yeah, he made a ghost gun. Basically, he picked up a rock
hammer and threw it upside his brother's head.
Yeah.
And also, didn't somebody dangle that poo-tang in front of somebody one before too, and they
yeah. So I think logically, if you go, oh yeah, we know what's going to happen here, but I think all the different pressures, all the politics behind the scenes, we don't know what these guys are up to. We don't know what they're holding against them or anything like that, man. They've put a lot of pressure on the Supreme Court lately. They couldn't even find the person who leaked the news about abortion, right? They couldn't even.
Oh,
I think they know who it is.
Did it?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. They know who did it. God, I'm on a cursing spree tonight. I gotta watch my tongue. But they know who did it.
Yeah. I mean, only certain people know those things. So it's like if the three of us know something, and all of a sudden the whole world knows. It's like
every email that comes out of any of those places is monitored or could be looked into. You could find the whereabouts of any of their assistants going about the bit. They know who did it. They all know who did it.
Yeah, 42 Chilled says Poon has killed many. Oh, well, this is true.
Absolutely.
Many a person has died over Poon.
Oh, Poontang, yeah. I mean, come on.
Come on. People have died for, during, after.
The thought
seeking.
of it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah.
The smell.
Yeah. So, I don't know, man. It is kind of worrying of where this all is going, and the idea that you don't have the right to make your own stuff. That's a complicated thing to get into. You can make whatever you want, and you can make a law if you want to, saying that people can't make stuff. What does that
stop nothing?
What does that affect?
All that does is make people make it more.
Yeah. What does it affect?
Streisand effect.
Now it does destroy. It does destroy invention and commerce and stuff like that, because you're making it more difficult for companies to do things, or for people who aren't a big company, someone to come up with an idea and go, "Oh, I'm going to make this and mess around with it," before they have to invest all this money and go deep into it, right?
And if I'm not correctly, this is not anything to do with ghost gun rules. This is about frame receiver definition. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. It's not ghost gun. There's nothing to do with fucking ghost gun.
This is
frame receiver. Yeah.
What constitutes?
But the left is attached to scary ghost. Casper the Friendly Ghost gun thing to it, and it's like.
And we all know it's not a gun until it's a gun. And a block.
Yeah,
of
you can't. You can't regulate a chunk of steel and regulate the receiver and call it the same thing. It's not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of things going on here. If you combine these things, like we're talking about the Undetectable Firearms Act that they're trying to push back in there, all these things put together, they could use this as a foothold to create things that would effectively ban people from being able to manufacture stuff, or innovation, or anything like that, or you being able to do your own thing.
99.9% of all firearms that have ever been designed, built, made are designed by guys, just plain old people.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine if my favorite guy, John Moses Browning, wasn't able to come up with the 1919 or the 50 or the 1917? He at the time had, I mean, this was well before the NFA. This is in the early 1900s, but he in his garage, quote unquote, with his brother, came up with 30 caliber machine gun, 50 caliber machine gun, and had them prototyped out and working. And they brought them to the Army. They're like, check this shit out. And they were like, holy shit, this is cool. Let's keep them.
Yeah.
You can't prototype good ideas nowadays. It's far too difficult.
Yeah, you can surely stifle the shit out of some things.
I'm not going to say that it doesn't happen, because lots of people build things without any licensing and stuff, and then once they figure it out that it's something cool, then they go that route. But I'm not telling you to do that. But
it's a shame that that's what it's become, though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
and look at the 50 cal, the M2, 1925 or 7 or 2 or whatever that was, after World War I when that came about. It's still rocking all over the world. That's one of the standard guns. Everybody loves the M2.
Absolutely. Works great.
Yeah, you can't. It's been people. We've tried to replace it. People have made replacements. There's other countries have similar guns. The Chinese do. The Yugoslavs do. All those people have made different things. But when it comes down to it, push comes to shove, can't beat the M2. Sorry.
The M1919. 30 caliber machine gun lasted all the way up through 70s or 80s.
Yeah, the Israelis were the last ones using those, if I'm not mistaken.
They used them forever. The parts kits that came back into the States were all Israeli, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, because it was a good machine gun, it worked great. But yeah, you can't go prototyping stuff like that now without somebody threatening to throw you in jail for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see what comes out of this. There's a bunch of different articles People have been talking about this. This is from Ammo Land. Justice Alito grants temporary stay for ATF's ghost gun rule. Yeah, I know we're talking about this. It's tough to make a prediction here. You guys aren't going to make predictions of what's going to happen, right? Or are you?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of faith in the the judicial system.
It'll be interesting if we see in America where the Supreme Court says you cannot make, your own firearms, or they step
I don't think
into.
it'll happen.
Yeah, if they step into this whole thing and try to define where something becomes a firearm, etc., beyond what's already been established. Yeah,
it's already been done. Yeah,
but if they move that goalpost, we're in a whole different world.
That's not their job either. It's not their job either.
Yeah, so
they're not there to make laws. That's not their.
Now, what if they lock this down until the ATF, like Patrick says, if they really spank the ATF's pee-pee?
That's the final thing.
I don't understand where Patrick
that's
is.
Walter
That sounds
like
counterintuitive. Oh, okay. But, they might want their pee-pee spanked. I mean, these people, they like glory holes, all that type of stuff.
They got to pull them out of the glory hole first before they spank them. But,
yeah.
It should be the end. It should be the last thing, but I don't count on that either. So,
if they do, it should be the end. If they go, hey,
but
this is already established. You guys cannot do this. It's not even in your purview to do it. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think we're going to see an end.
It wasn't their purview to do it to begin with. So, yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of faith in the whole system.
Yeah. So let us know what you guys think out there. What you think is going to come out of it. If you think it's a signal that the ATF, that the Supreme Court's going to take this up, answer the question. If that will be the end, I don't think we'll ever see an end. These guys are just going to keep going here, keep going. So, for a long time we'll see this.
Can we
go for some gun stuff.
Change subjects a little bit?
Sure.
And go across the pond to that place where the flag is yellow and blue.
What are they doing over there?
Well, I don't say the Ukrainians did it, but somebody sent a couple drones into Moscow, right? So
someone
one
did
of the drones. Somebody. Well, they don't actually. Yeah. So one of the drones ran into one of the government buildings there, where some company. It's a bunch of full of all these communist people, and so. There's video of it hitting and exploding and stuff falling down on the ground. And I was watching one of the, of course, pro-Ukrainian YouTube channels, and they talked to this woman on the street or something, and she's like, "They have to build a dome over Moscow. They have to build a dome over Moscow to keep us safe. They have to," and it's like,
what kind of dome? Invisible force shield? A glass dome? What are we talking about?
And then some other woman they showed it hit, and she's like screaming and crying in the streets, like, it's like,
yeah. Well, take Putin out. I think that everyone.
They need to feel a little bit of it.
It's all good until it comes home to you. It's all good until it comes home to
right.
you.
Yeah, and if all of a sudden. If you're real supportive of somebody's rioting in the next city and you're like, yeah, go get them, yeah. And when they come down your street and burn your 7-Eleven, then you're like, oh, man, that sucks. And like,
what's funny about this? And it's a little bit off subject, not a lot. But these drones, right? That Ukraine, I think we've talked about that on the show, how Ukraine is really employing these. So anyway, there's a movie that recently came out called The Machine. Has anyone here heard about this movie? It's like a comedian, Brett Kreischer, when he was younger. I think he went to FSU or something. He goes over to Russia. Well, actually, he started taking a Russian class, which he wound up going to Russia, and the Russians embraced him and they called him the Machine. And it's a stand-up routine that he does. He made it into a movie. Well, Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill, is in the movie playing his dad, and I was looking at an interview that he did on his Brett Kreischer's podcast. He cooks for people. That's what he does. So he had Mark Hamill there, and Mark Hamill is talking about how he was raising money for Ukraine for the drones. So he's Hollywood liberal guy, right? Now, I don't hate Mark Hamill or anything like that, but he's very liberal. Yeah, he's very liberal, and he's talking about how he's raising money for the drones, and then you could see, like, he has this moment where he goes, "Oh, the drones kill people." So he goes, "Well, no, not for the killing drones. We're raising money only for the surveillance drones."
So what happens then?
Absolutely lying.
Yeah, the non-murdery. And I was telling Lola about this. I was like, when I saw that, it just, when you started talking about drones, that's why I was laughing, because the idea that you're raising money for Ukraine to have drones and they're not going to be used to kill people is insane. You can't separate those two things. You can't, if you raise money for this, you don't know where your money went into the drones. They're probably the murdery kind of drones.
Well, okay, well, you got to have the reconnaissance drones to tell the murdering ones where to go.
I'm sending money for bullets for Ukraine, but not the killing kind. The defensive.
The symbolic bullets.
The bullets that defend people, not the ones that kill people.
Yeah. 42 Chill says libs flipped on war. It is interesting.
They have. They absolutely have.
It's interesting.
And don't think that conservatives aren't also pro-war. Look at the war hawks right now, chomping at the bit to send more.
Well, conservatives have always traditionally been pro-war.
Yes.
So, anyone with sense realize, like, no one wants war. You just have to be prepared for it. That's what si vis pacem parabellum means, right?
Well, I don't
want
to see anybody killed over there. I don't want to see any Russians killed over there or anything. But the reality of it is what it is.
Yeah, but there is a flip. There is a flip in terms of, like, traditionally it would be conservatives that were like, yeah, let's go to war and bomb the shit out of people. That's what Bush did, you know. That's what Reagan. We if you look at it, you'll see. Usually, Democrats in the past were like, oh no war, please. This is publicly.
Okay, back
the
up.
truth is, everybody, all of them are for war, right? It's the industrial military complex. Go ahead.
Go back to Vietnam. Vietnam. Who pulled the American troops out of Vietnam? A little history. Richard Nixon, my friend.
Nixon was what? Republican?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That evil Watergate Nixon. He pulled
Imagine Watergate was nothing compared to what.
Okay, it was nothing. That's like a Girl Scout cookie sale.
Yep.
Compared to the shit that Obama did and the ones they're doing right now. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I should buy this right now because.
But anyways, yes.
Yes, but traditionally, I think the reality is when it comes to voting, everyone is for the war because there's going to be money involved, whether they're Democrats or Republicans.
That's what it is. It's
but Hollywood has been traditionally anti-war. Like, it was funny to me to see Sean Penn call for us to drop nuclear bombs on Russia. That was interesting. But this is where we're at right now.
Sean Penn and Pootie Poot and put them in a ring and let them go at it. Come on.
They're both old
Bush
fucks.
Bush called Putin Pootie Poot.
Pootie Poot.
Oh.
Pootie Poot.
Yeah. You know what? By the way, we totally forgot this when we started. Pee Wee Herman.
Pee-wee.
R.I.P. Pee Wee Herman. We don't get all the R.I.Ps out there, but Pee Wee Herman died at 70. Speaking of old Hollywood, I don't know where his politics was. I'm going to assume he was super liberal also.
I can tell you, it was definitely in his trousers. It's the only thing I know him for outside of Pee Wee Herman.
Have you ever looked at a Pee Wee Herman movie?
Never seen one, ever.
Oh, there's always hot chicks in Pee Wee Herman movies, by the way.
Have you watched Pee Wee's Playhouse? It used to be on Saturday afternoons.
Yeah,
never watched.
Yeah, no.
It all had an adult undertone through the whole.
Yeah,
did it really?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. Miss, we got Cowboy Curtis and Miss Annette, I think her name was, or Miss.
I will say that the best cartoons to ever exist are the ones that appeal to both adults and children.
Yeah. For sure.
Because you watch stuff like SpongeBob now, and the reason it's lasted so long is because there are tons of innuendo in there that goes right over to a kid's head. They have no idea.
Yeah.
But you rewatch it as an adult now, and you're like, holy shit, I watched that as a kid?
Is Pee Wee Herman going to be forever remembered for going what people used to do in the olden days before VHS? When this happened, there was VHS. But going in a movie theater and spanking it off like an old pro.
Like a bro, could you imagine?
Yeah, we're taking a break. We'll be right back. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of a DAO, or decentralized autonomous organization like TUSC Crypto. TUSC cryptocurrency is a firearm-friendly e-commerce option for online payment transactions, secured on the blockchain. So when you're in the crypto market, please consider TUSC, TUSC. So, what do you, yeah, it's funny. Do you, like, I remember I lived in New York City when, like, there were movie theaters that they used to show that stuff in, back in the days.
I only remember, I don't remember theaters ever having that. Mind you, I was a 90s kid, but I remember there being a section of Blockbuster and Hollywood Video where I was never allowed to go.
Boy.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. You know what, if go ahead.
Lawrence Fishbone was in Pee-wee's Playhouse?
Yeah. Yes, he was. He was
Yep.
a cowboy, right? I do remember that. Lawrence Fishbone.
Was he Cowboy Curtis?
Could be.
It was a
We can
brother,
go
I
back.
think.
Was Lawrence Fishburne. Yes, it was absolutely Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah. That's old
like
school.
I said, that's a, you would look at, you watch it and you go, you just have to chuckle and laugh, and it's like,
yeah, if you look at IMDb, you'll see Lawrence Fishburne, Cowboy Curtis. Yeah. Lawrence Fishburne is cool. He's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the world has changed. The world has changed. Look at Disney now. Back in the days, Disney was conservative. This stuff, if you look at Disney Plus now, the things they're showing on there will blow your mind.
Disney really liked a certain party back in the 30s, I'm just going to say. And I'm not talking about the American political party, I mean the German type.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Disney's got a...
Walt Disney enjoyed his time with a certain political party.
Lots of Americans got down. I'm not, I don't think it's right at all, but lots of Americans got down with the Nazi Party, man. There were big conventions at Madison Square Garden and all that kind of stuff. My opinion here, and I'm not a historian from the 30s, of the 30s, but my true opinion here is that it was, at least in Germany, it was totally a power thing. If you wanted to be one of the rich and famous and part of the big movement, you were a member of the Nazi Party. That's just the way it was. Like, it's you want to make tons of money in Congress right now, become a Democrat. Yeah. There's people that were communists. All kinds of
if
stuff
you want to be
on.
in the in crowd,
you'd be in the in crowd, and that in crowd was moving quick.
You'd be a card-carrying Democrat. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be on
right.
You want to have your Screen Actors Guild card in Hollywood? You're going to be on the inside if you have your Screen Actors Guild card.
That's right.
Organizations, man.
Honestly,
you gotta stay away from organizations.
All joking aside, I believe a lot of it was probably that. Just my thought.
I mean,
What, in terms of a lot of what was probably that?
Even people like Hugo Boss. We don't want to talk about, but you go ask Hugo Boss where they came from. Hugo Boss was a card-carrying member of the SS.
he designed all the uniforms.
Designed all those beautiful uniforms.
So
there
there was a couple Reich marks involved with that too, by the way. And some gold probably. So
that's what you want.
Didn't IBM design the codes that were going on people
to help put the trains in order?
Yeah. So lots of
to help the trains get there on time.
Before the war started, Ford had factories in Germany. So
yep.
You
know what? How many liberals today love driving their little Volkswagen? Volkswagen.
Right. Yeah. So Mercedes, all of that belonged to the Nazis. Mercedes, Volkswagen, Audi, all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I mean, the Japanese cars are no different. Japanese
Tesla
cars.
Run by a fascist.
Bayer.
Yeah.
Bayer.
Oh, Bayer made Pervitin.
They made all the chemicals for the gas chamber.
You guys know what Pervitin is?
No.
I'm sure you'll tell me.
Literal.
Is it makes you into a pervert? Oh, okay.
No, Pervitin is methamphetamine that they gave to super soldiers back in the Nazi era to keep them fighting strong. And then they realized, holy shit, meth is a terrible drug.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah, seriously, they were giving it out because they wanted you to stay awake for 48 hours, which it'll make you do.
Japanese used methamphetamines too.
That's
why when they got all juiced up to charge and get themselves killed, shot down by that 1919, they just charged right ahead forward.
Because you are not feeling a thing on that good stuff.
You know what's interesting? I was talking to Lola about this. It's interesting. If you look at a Godzilla movie, right? If you look at a Godzilla movie, you'll see the Japanese. Basically, Godzilla was the thing they created to browbeat America over Hiroshima and Nagasaki, right? Like, look at how terrible the Americans are. They dropped these bombs on us, and then they created Godzilla. Bastards, right? But if you think about it, what actually happened? What led up to that? You know, in a lot of those movies, they forget that
the Japanese were truly evil.
Yeah. These
two Japs were awful.
It's more than evil. You gotta really hate people to get in a plane and fly so far away that you know you're never coming back, that you decide not to only kill a whole bunch of people, right? But you decide you're gonna crash your plane at the end because you know you can't come back.
That's warfare. I can at least give them the that's warfare. During war, you are out to kill your enemy. I'll give them that. Before World War II, they were expansionists who took over China and treated them like animals. Took over Korea and treated them like animals. Got to the Philippines and treated them like animals.
The Japanese got everything they deserved and then some.
Yeah.
Exactly. Not a bad.
They used all those people and American POWs in chemical and biological experiments, by the way, which we craved the information, and the Japanese generals used that information to get away from prosecution because they had all that stuff, and they said, you know what, we'll trade you. We'll give you the info on the human experiments if you let us go. And that's what they did. Kawasaki's, the Hondas, the Yamahas, all those families, all those people most of those were all war general people. Boom. So
it gets complicated.
Everybody comes down, and the Nazis are the favorite people to kick around. You know, and they killed a lot of people. The Russians killed a fuckload more than the Nazis ever did. The Chinese, and I think in Nanking, they killed 200,000 people. The Japanese did, just shooting them and bayoneting them and burning them and everything else. I don't want to hear about the freaking Nazis. Come on, it's like
there have been the Nazis were truly bad, but there have been as bad and worse atrocities done.
Once you get in,
Chinese, the Cultural Revolution, the Chinese kills hundreds of thousands of their own people.
Yeah, and they knowingly starve people to death.
Under the Great Wall, there's a lot of bodies. There's a lot of bodies under the Great Wall. Yeah. So, you've seen that, right? The Great Wall.
What was the one?
There's nothing but bodies buried out there.
I watched the whole video.
Oh, getting a little iffy here on the internet. I'm still here. There we go. Yeah,
Am I back?
I'm back.
Yeah, I think so. You're back.
The Tutsis versus the Hutus. What was it? What genocide was? It was like a month. They killed like 2.5 million people or something in like a month. No, it wasn't quite that.
Where, in Uganda?
Was that Uganda? Tutsis versus Hutus.
Yeah, it's African.
And we're not talking about with machine guns either. With
they were chopping each other up with machetes and shit.
Yeah, blunt machetes. Yeah. Listen, war's terrible. Human beings are pretty horrible in general. You know. Who is it? Oh, Able Defense Mike says, did you see the documentary about the Great Wall that Matt Damon did? I think. I don't know. I've seen one. I'm not sure if the one I saw was Matt Damon. It could have been. Matt Damon was doing the narration.
Rwanda. Sorry, Walter. Yeah. I was correcting. You're right. It was Rwanda genocide. Yep.
Yeah. So here's another thing. We didn't get. I don't think we got a chance to talk about this. Brazil's Lula places new restrictions on gun ownership, reversing predecessor's pro-gun policy. So Brazil's President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva signed a decree Friday tightening restrictions on civilian access to guns in Brazil in a move aimed at reversing the pro-firearms policies of his right-wing predecessor, Bolsonaro. The decree reduces the number of guns civilians can possess for personal safety from 4 to 2, reduced the allowed ammunition for each gun from 200 rounds to 50, and requires documentation providing the need to hold the weapons. It also bars civilians from owning 9mm pistols, restricting them to members of police and military. What do you guys think about that? Obviously, it's not America, it's Brazil.
It ain't going to stop nothing. Brazil's way past that point.
Yeah, do you really think in Brazil people are going to give up their 9mm? I don't know. That's going to be interesting, what's going to come out of that. Why does the guy have to be right-wing? Why is Bolsonaro right-wing? Because he believed that people had the right to defend themselves. Every human being on the face of this planet has the right. Every creature has the right to defend themselves. Trees, animals, everything has the right to defend themselves. It's not, not just people, but everything. And everything does defend itself. That's why we have allergies. Because the trees are rebelling against us, trying to kill us off.
No, they're just trying to mate with each other, and we are just getting in the way. That's.
Yeah. If you go to Yellowstone or whatever those national parks and you fuck around with those bison, you'll find out. Like, why do people not have the right to defend themselves?
Because the government. This only goes in one direction. We all know the answer. I know you're being rhetorical. Because this only goes in one way. That's it.
Yeah, it's a bad sign for what's going to happen in Brazil, which is too bad.
It's all cyclic, my friend. Just be patient.
Yeah.
It's all cycle. Especially in those countries. The cycle is so fast in those countries. One day, one guy's in charge, and the next day, he's been dragged through the street, he's dead, and the next guy's in charge.
The interesting thing about this, we've talked about this before, because the folks at, isn't it Taurus that's in Brazil, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And they support, obviously, they support their government.
Yeah, they support this guy, and they were trying to get carve-outs before this came out for themselves. And it's interesting now. Obviously, there's like Taurus USA, but I know Taurus USA is still owned by these guys. But the people at Taurus USA are Americans. We know them. We've had them on the show and all that kind of stuff. And I'm sure they're not happy about like what's happening in Brazil with Taurus and the people there in politics trying to like support all this crap. But yeah, we see a lot of stupid shit like this going on all the time, and I hope the people, it's ultimately up to the people. We say this a lot. If there's shit going on in your country, it's up to the people to push back. Like Haiti was in the news,
Recently?
Yeah, because there was an American nurse that was over there, and her kid got kidnapped.
Oh, that
in Haiti, but
they're not doing enough. They're not doing enough. What's that TikTok trend?
I don't know, man. But
the one woman who figured out was from Haiti.
Haiti has issues, and people can't solve it until they solve it.
Well, they need to solve their own problems.
Yeah,
and
this is where guns come in. This is where guns come into places. I've gotten in trouble with with friends I have from Haiti because I've said, "Oh, Haiti's fucked up." Yeah, it's fucked up. A lot of places are fucked up.
Why was it that you can look at a map and see a line of demarcation across Dominican Republic and Haiti? One side is nice and green and flush. The other side looks like shit. Why is that?
Because the Dominicans take care of their shit, and it's always whatever your problems are, it's your fault. It's not. You can't externalize it on other people. That's where we go wrong. That's where we mess up.
The Haitians
we try to blame other
needed
people.
to kick the honkies out sooner and take care of themselves, and they didn't.
Yeah, physically, Haiti and Dominican Republic are one island and the same thing, and they're
there's
beautiful.
Also a mountain. There's like a mountain range in between.
But still, it's still a beautiful place. Nice,
it's
nice
a
island.
paradise.
Yeah,
it had it not been burned to fucking flat to shit. It's a paradise island. It's a beautiful island.
But people have made decisions to let things go the way they are. It's what's happening. Look at Canada. Canada's fucked up too. They probably don't think so. It's not as bad.
It's not Haiti. Okay,
it will be. It will be. Give it time.
No, it can never be. It doesn't.
Really?
Come on, Hank. James, come on. Look at the numbers and look at the demographics, and it'll never be like Haiti.
I would say never say never. You think Mexico? Some parts of Mexico are okay. I'm not trying to hit
Mexico's
Mexico.
not Haiti either.
No, but
Haiti.
Haiti's exceptionally bad. Haiti's exceptionally bad.
That is
Okay.
being nice. That's being very nice.
It's exceptionally bad. I say that. But look at the things that are happening in some of these places can lead to this parts of Mexico that you never want to go to.
Well, it's because
us
of the
white folk
cartels
don't belong in
and
those,
Yeah.
parts.
this gringo knows better. He sticks out like a freaking sore thumb.
Right.
We're gonna go
Yeah,
there.
and now Canada is not that. I don't know. There's probably some parts of
I
Canada
can
you don't
blend in
want to
up
go
there
to
with the
either.
Canucks because they both like pale like me.
Right. Yeah, but Canada is getting pretty bad though, Walt. I mean, Canada is basically run by, like as Patrick says, what's his name's Castro's illegitimate
Jr.?
son. But
Yeah,
in
but
time,
it's not
give it time.
Haiti, my friend.
no, it's
Haiti
not.
or
No,
Mexico.
it's not for sure.
That's just the restrictive. Mainly thing you don't like is the gun stuff. Period.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of bullshit going on in Canada.
Well, I mean, they have socialized medicine and da. But you go up there and you can live and you can be by yourself. You can go out in the middle of nowhere and be by yourself. And
In Canada, if you gave money when the truckers were protesting, they literally freeze your accounts.
Tried to take your life away. Yep.
Yeah, so
Well,
they're not there today. They're not there today, but they could be there. They could easily
you
be
have
there.
to you have to know when to hold them and when to fold them. That show them and all that stuff. You don't.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let's give my money to the National Socialist Party and maybe.
Listen, there's places in America that you wouldn't live. Would you go live in San Francisco?
No, why would I want to do that?
Okay. Would you go live in Portland?
I've been there.
Yeah.
I've never
You
been
were
there.
in-
Have no.
You were in
interest
San Francisco not too long ago, right?
I
I've been to San Francisco.
I passed by it.
Yeah.
I didn't stop.
Yeah.
It's a shithole.
Why am I going to go?
It's a
someplace
beautiful
that I don't-
shithole. That's the sad thing.
Yeah, I mean, come on. But it's not. It's not Haiti. Okay. So.
Portland,
Haiti is Haiti's
Philadelphia.
A zoo. Haiti's a zoo, and it just fences
Chicago,
the zoo.
Chicago's pretty bad.
Chicago and Philly are
and it's
becoming
probably still not Haiti.
Depends where. No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
Yeah.
Are Haitians heavy drug users? Because that's the problem we're having with Chicago.
The problem
and Philly
in Haiti is massive corruption. Haitian people are,
Gangs.
for the most part, good people.
Gangs.
Yeah, but you have corrupt politicians. You have basically, in order for it to have any kind of functioning, you do have gangs. Yeah, that's what.
Hey, this sounds like Chicago.
And
It's just
I'll
a
be honest
smaller.
with you,
It's just a smaller place. That's all.
Guns are not the answer for Haiti.
Mhm.
Guns are not the answer because the more guns you give them, the more they kill each other.
Well,
Boom.
maybe the right
Period.
ones start killing the wrong ones.
But
The majority of the people. The majority of
who
the people
decides
can't.
who's right and wrong?
Yeah, well, the people.
power.
You've got to decide it right then and there. That's the whole
The
thing
people
about
don't-
guns.
The poor
Yeah.
people don't have any power when you have an army that comes down on you. You don't have any power.
That's why they need more guns.
If you get hungry enough, if life gets bad enough for you, if you get sick and tired of seeing things that are happening to your kids and all that kind of stuff, you
Yeah,
either
but-
die, you give up, or you fight back. And yes,
Or
it
you
doesn't
join-
mean that you're going to make
you
it.
join the gang,
Yeah, I mean, these are
your own gang.
we make choices. We make choices, you know.
and hopefully
It's-
that
it's
gang
so.
at some points becomes the only gang.
Everybody's a gang ultimately. That's what you know.
I mean,
when you organize. Right?
It's a bad situation. I hope
Yeah.
the U.S. stays the fuck out of that place, and just if they, don't let the Chinese in there. That's one thing. You can't let the Chinese in. The Chinese couldn't run Haiti. The Chinese wouldn't know. I've seen.
Do
I've
they?
seen a
Is there
documentary-
anything? Is there anything in Haiti that the Chinese want? I don't think so.
I don't think there's any minerals. No.
No, I don't think
Minerals
there's anything
or
they
oil,
want.
nothing
Like
that.
for example, the Chinese are heavy in Guyana. I was born in Guyana. The Chinese and Guyana's not awesome either, by the way.
There must be
Fuck
oil or something there. There's
But
something they
there's
want.
oil, there's gold, there's bauxite, there's all kinds
They
of
don't.
shit.
The Chinese go nowhere to be nice. They don't go there
Yeah.
to be nice to you and help you.
Yeah,
They go
yeah.
there to take your shit and tell
Yeah.
you what to do.
So ultimately, it's going to come
Walter,
down to
we're not any better, okay?
Yeah.
no.
They get you
Everyone's got
so
a
far
reason.
in debt to the Chinese, and then they just take everything. So that's what they do. So
Everyone has a reason why they do what they do. Why'd the Clintons go there and take so much money and get into all kinds of shit?
there was lots of little black children they wanted. That's what they wanted.
Oh, maybe
Yeah,
true.
lots
Maybe
of stuff
true.
going on there. Lots of
They,
terrible things.
that was a prime picking place.
Did
for-
Epstein like Haiti?
Well, Haiti was a laundry place for the money.
Yes.
They laundered the money through Haiti. That was an excuse for the money.
Mm-hmm.
You notice when they started getting chased about it, they bailed right out. They were gone.
Mm-hmm.
The whole Clinton Foundation turned belly up and went away.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, and Haiti's been around for a long time.
Oh, Haiti's been along since the white dogs came over here.
Yeah,
so,
since way back. So,
and some people would blame us for that, but at some point they chased all us out of there. So
we're taking a break. We'll be back.
The Who Moved My Freedom podcast is made possible by our partners at 2A Commerce. Veteran owned and with over 20 years experience, 2A Commerce is the leader in custom e-commerce and web application development in the shooting sports industry. Clients include major brands such as Guard Dog Body Armor, Sylvan Arms, AccuFire Technologies, The Tactical Games, Warrior Knife Company, and yours truly, Hank Strange. Visit 2A Commerce and support this show by supporting them. Once again, visit the number 2acommerce.com.
So there's that old thing that I think came out of the Bible. You can, what is it? You give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. You teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. Ultimately, the solution to problems everywhere, whether it's outside of America, inside America, if it's in your family or anywhere else in the world, people have to solve their shit.
Yeah,
you got to solve it.
Doesn't always happen, but
no, it doesn't. It doesn't because I think this is kind of, I hate to say it, but it's kind of like a theme of our conversation. There's a lot of people who just sit around and go, "Someone else should fix this for me." Someone needs to build a dome.
That was just woman screaming about building a dome. You know how big Moscow is? You're gonna build a dome over Moscow? You have no sense in your
I'm gonna
head.
put this in the main chat.
In Discord?
No, I'm gonna put it in show links. Here's what you're talking about.
Oh, building a dome?
Yeah. Well, building, teaching a man to fish.
That okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go bring that one up.
Speaking of building a dome.
Oh, you put it in Discord?
In Discord, yep. In show chat.
Yeah. Okay.
Go
ahead.
The Israelis have a missile system called the Iron Dome. And the
Works
reason the
pretty damn
Israelis
well.
built the reason they built it, well, one of the reasons because the Patriot's expensive, but they built the Iron Dome thing so they can protect themselves. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
all right.
Mm-hmm.
Big old Russia, superpower Russia, can't even make a microchip. They'd have no way to make any microchips. They're at least here in the U.S. If we had to, we could make our own, and they do make them here, but we can make even more if we had to.
Mm-hmm.
We have the technology. The Russians are so effing stupid that they never.
Build a man a fire and he will be warm for a night. Set a man on fire and he'll be warm for the rest of his life. Okay.
Otters are the coolest animal.
I'm telling you, I love it. Yeah, you can't hate an otter.
Otters are
Right?
they look so warm and cuddly, but those little jaws that tear your arm right off
you
when you bite in.
Yeah. You were saying something about the Russians, Walt?
Yeah, the Russians, they're obviously they can't shoot down a drone. They've had a hard time intercepting these propeller-driven drones. How are they going to build a dome?
I think if they got enough washing machines to chips out
from the Ukrainians,
if they just stole a couple more dishwashers, they might have
the computer chips in there.
One of the best scenes from earlier in the war, and too bad the Russian pilots had to die. Shot down Russian helicopter. In the burned remains of a shot down Russian helicopter is a washing machine.
Washing machine.
Yeah.
And it's like that shows you the priorities. Okay, that's the priorities.
Listen, to solve this problem, once again, the Russians can solve this problem if you have the desire.
They get rid of Putin.
Yeah, if you had the desire, you could solve this.
But they've dug themselves into a hole so deep now, they can't just, if they just stop, everything just doesn't end. You've got war crime stuff going on. You have people that are wanted all over by the Hague and all these places. It just doesn't stop.
Your entire political system has been fucked since, God, who knows when. When's the last time it hasn't been?
Well,
since World War II.
But no, it was...
Pootie Poot's been in power for 20 plus years now. So,
1917, the communists took
Oh,
over
yeah.
and they
well,
fucked that shit
that
up.
whole thing, yeah.
Before
Yeah.
that, you had the royal
The
family,
Romanovs.
which
Yeah.
fucking were they any good?
That's why they're not here.
Has their legal, moral government system ever been worth a shit ever in the history of anything?
I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate.
We got AKs out of Russia, allegedly.
Hugo Schmeiser did a good job on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Allegedly, we got AKs were invented there.
You're gonna go to German weapon hell for that statement. So.
Talking so much shit. Check this out.
Okay,
I've been
Oh,
digging
boy.
through the safe. Let's see. Will it focus? Oh, there we go.
There you go, 37.
1937. When digging through the safe, and for anybody who wants to go look, I posted a picture on Instagram trying to get rid of some rust that's on some guns, and I pulled out some things that have been in there and haven't seen the light of day.
So what's the
and
significance of this being from 1937?
Well, it's a Russian small arm from World War II. But no, I bought this for my grandfather when this'll date this gun a little bit. It was $89.
Holy jeez.
Paid
The year?
$89.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, my grandfather was born in 1937. This is I bought two of them that year. I was going to give him one for Christmas. I wanted to keep this one. It is all numbers matching Tula 1937, which is pretty freaking cool. And then the other one was kind of a mismatch from 1940 something, I think. 1942.
I don't know what is going on. Our internet is like the worst today. It's the worst.
But I was like, man, I can't.
faster.
Yeah.
I got one that's pristine from his birth year and one that's kind of a mismatch. Let me give him the pristine. And thank God I did, because I sold the mismatch one to a friend of mine. And my grandfather never shot this. I mean, he's not dead. He's still alive. But he's like, yeah, put it in the safe because I'm getting it back one day. So I got to shoot this thing. I don't think I've ever pulled a trigger on this gun. But it's a cool piece.
Yeah, it looks cool, yeah. You got one of these, Walt?
Yes,
Probably. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do. Actually, I sent a couple of them to auction last time.
Okay.
What'd you get for him?
They average probably $250, $275.
Not terrible. You probably paid $60 for him.
One of them I paid $100 for. The other ones I might have paid like the $69 thing.
It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be nuts a couple of years from now when those things are $1,000.
Yeah.
No, they're not. They're not going to get $1,000. They're not.
You don't think so? Okay.
They're not a Mauser. Mausers.
Okay.
Some Mausers pull $1,000. The Mosins don't pull that kind of money.
Springfields are pulling $850 now.
And
Mausers are pulling. If you want a K98K, a World War II Nazi K98K, oh yeah, they're pulling $1,000. Nobody likes. Nobody wants an Arasaka. Have you ever noticed that? Everybody hates the Arasaka.
Yeah. I mean, they don't hate them, but they don't pull the same kind of money, unless it's like pristine. And there's not very many pristine Arasakas. So.
No, God, no. They love.
And none of those were Arsenal reconditioned. A lot of the K98 Mausers are all reconditioned. So. And by the way, like I said, I got 6.5 Jap and 7 Jap ammunition coming, so we can shoot my Arasakas. I have stripper clips now again for the Carcano, the 6.5 Carcano. So we could have a World War II day if we wanted to.
I got Garans. I got only thing I need to pick up a Mauser at some point. I need to get my hands on a nice K98K. I'm trying to get. I'm breaking up.
Oh no, you're here. We can hear you. Okay.
It's real slow. I'm trying to get Jeff. So Jeff picked up one a couple years ago. I drove with him to Jacksonville to pick up one. He's a friend of mine. For anybody listening that doesn't know, he's a good friend of mine. We drove to Jacksonville to pick up a K98, and it was a really interesting. It was an overstamped K98K that originally started as a Model 98, full-length Model 98. During World War II, they chopped it to carbine length. And then somehow it ended up in China, and it had a bunch of Chinese stampings on it. And then it ended up somewhere else before returning to the States. And I think he paid like $300 for it. German Nazi
probably-
marks, K98.
It probably got maybe brought back from Korea.
It could have. It's a really neat gun, and I keep trying to. Every time he's if he's ever got things going on in life, I'm always like, hey, if you want to sell something, I'll take.
I know.
that K98 off.
Yeah, I know exactly where this is going. Yeah.
I forgot
he'll
to
never sell
mention when I was rattling off the World War II guns. They also have the Tokarev SVT too.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you have a SVT-40?
Well, I have the semi-automatic version of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yes,
would
I
love
do.
to see that in person. I've never seen one.
I've never pulled it out and shot it with you guys. So.
Oh, I would love. We need to do a World War II day.
Yeah, we need to get back to shooting. I know I'm almost done fixing up the range.
Weather
but
has
also
to cool off.
it's
So effing hot.
It's hot. It's rainy. This is really like living in the jungle.
Baby.
Yeah. There's some kind of song about that, living in the jungle, but yeah,
Running
this
through
is
the jungle with my M16 and my bad book. U.S. Marine.
this is like it's for reals out here, man. The creatures and all that kind of stuff. 42 Chilled gave us a quote. He says, the rifle itself has no moral stature since it has no will of its own. Naturally, it may be used by evil men for evil purposes, but there are more good men than evil, and while the latter cannot be persuaded to the path of righteousness by propaganda, they can certainly be corrected by good men with rifles. That's from 42 Chilled.
Oh, it's popped up again.
What?
The tree jumper.
Oh, here it is!
Oh,
yeah,
hold on.
show this to Hank. Watch this guy jump off the
Why?
building.
Why? What's he? Oh.
Oh!
He's a dumb
Wow, that's
fuck.
high.
Why.
He got
It is
air.
High.
Oh, it's like 4 stories, man.
Was
It's at
the
least-
building
yeah.
burning? Was the building burning?
No.
Oh.
No,
doing
he
it as
just jumped.
Yeah.
He thought the tree was going to slow him down.
Yep.
Wow.
I mean,
Okay,
this
that's
is
a
like
leap of
epic.
faith right there. Yeah.
You know one thing I've noticed, Hank, and I'll be quite honest, black people don't do this shit.
Not yet, but we're getting there.
You are not wrong.
These dumb skinny white kids.
Martin
jump
Luther
off of
King
buildings
dreamed
in
of a
trees.
day. Martin Luther King dreamed of a day when little black boys and little white boys would be equally as crazy, jumping out of perfectly good
Please,
buildings not
please.
on fire.
Don't let them drink that
God.
Kool-Aid. Don't let them drink that Kool-Aid. It's like,
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
it's that
wow.
it's that I'm going to be famous Kool-Aid. Let's jump off a tree, see what happens. Jump off a building into a tree.
You know what? If you're all broken up and paraplegic, it doesn't matter if you're famous.
You
Does
can't even
it?
sip the Kool-Aid right then.
You can't even get no poontang properly. You know,
There's
the first
another one I
question when I
saw.
speak.
Another one I saw where the guy jumps off a building, stories into a pile of sand, and he lands
okay.
in the sand, and he just kind of rolls out of it. And I'm like, okay, what'd they miss? Why are you jumping off building? It's like
yeah.
there's no fire. There's nobody. What? I don't know.
Yeah. I guess like you said, fame.
I didn't
said
grow up
the
with
fame.
people jumping off buildings just because.
People
I don't
want
know.
the fame. How many stories? How many stories do we see of people doing crazy shit just for the fame?
It's literally for the
and
great
they,
rock.
and they blame it on Looney Tunes and stuff. Looney Tune guys didn't jump off no 4-story building. Come on.
Yeah. Now, let me Looney Tunes. These kids haven't seen Looney Tunes. It's like Patrick
can't
hasn't seen. Patrick has not seen a Pee Wee Herman episode, much less the movies.
Nope.
Oh, you gotta watch Pee
I
Wee's
never
Playhouse
watched
one
it.
time. You
Yeah.
gotta watch
I like the Pee Wee Herman movies. If you get a chance to look at them, there's always some hot chicks in there. Pee Wee Herman is always a player. He always has multiple girlfriends.
I always just, as a kid, thought he was annoying. Like, everything about him was horribly annoying, so I never was really interested in watching it.
Yeah, that was kind of like a shtick.
I think that's
yeah.
what it was, yeah.
Yeah, this is from
Before
you,
my-
Patrick's. Officials bust illegal
Oh.
lab containing 20 infectious agents, hundreds of lab mice. And this is not in another country. Local and federal authorities have shut down what seems to be an illegal medical lab hidden in a California warehouse that contained nearly 1,000 laboratory mice, hundreds of unknown chemicals, refrigerators, freezers, vials of biohazardous materials, including blood, incubators, and at least 20 infectious agents, including SARS, CoV-2, HIV, and a herpes virus.
Get to the best part. Get to the very, very best part.
What's the best part? According to according
Very
to
best
local
part.
authorities, they were first tipped off to the unlicensed facility when a local code enforcement officer noticed that a garden hose was illegally attached to the back of the building. I'm assuming what you want to get to somewhere down here
Is
Chicom.
who was running
Who
it?
is it? Yeah. Where is it? I'm
Chicom.
trying to find it.
Yeah, it was not an American citizen.
Where is it? Yeah, it was not an American citizen. I don't see exactly where it is. Oh, here we go.
He said it was a Chinese national.
Yeah.
Chinese.
The company's president, Jacques Yao, was not forthcoming with information. So, yeah.
What are the odds that he disappears back to China and we never hear from him again?
So there's labs here. What do you think they were cooking up over there?
How? Here's my question.
Hi.
Other than through you're in a storage unit. Other than through the Chinese government, how the fuck do you get your hands on materials like that? The U.S.
there's a
government
lot
probably isn't giving that to you. I'm
there's a
guessing
lot of
we have
things-
better standing.
Yeah, herpes virus you can get from anyone in Hollywood.
You just go to Hollywood and swap some buttholes.
I think, Patrick, I think you'd be surprised what you can buy.
Yeah.
You think so? You think
On the
it's
black
easy?
market? Yeah.
No,
you could
there's
buy
a lot of
tiger.
stuff you can buy that's not always on the black market either. It's a lot of lab sample stuff and things like that.
Yeah.
The scary part is somebody's cooking all that stuff up. What's the plan? They're not doing that because you're just interested in it. It's not like, let's see.
No. It
No,
was
you're-
so the owner, the guy that was running this, had a quote unquote pharmaceutical company. It was named a pharmaceutical company, even though it wasn't a properly licensed pharmaceutical company. It was
with a hose going
such
in the
and
back
such.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was such and such pharmaceuticals. Like you looked up the business name, but they had to do a pharmaceutical license. So yeah, he was buying shit somewhere, or like I said, some government entity from a different country was giving him shit from somewhere to play around with in our country.
That kind of stuff is very valuable to certain people.
Yeah.
Yeah, those kind of
Okay, it's
things
listed
you-
as prestige biotech.
Biotech, but it's not.
Prestige.
So the thing
biotech.
is, that's the name. I can go make a business name called Prestige Biotech right now.
You
if
know,
I want.
I seem to remember a company called Prestige Worldwide. You know what that was from?
Prestige Worldwide. That does sound
Little
really
black,
familiar.
Little black books.
Step Brothers.
Is that what it was? Yeah. Okay.
Remember the movie Step Brothers?
Yeah,
No,
they're gonna go to
Yeah.
the what's the name of the thing they go to in the end?
The wine spritzer, wine
Right,
mixer.
spritzer. Yeah.
The,
Fuck, I can't remember what it's called.
someone will tell us out there.
Catalina wine spritzer.
Catalina,
right?
yeah, the Catalina wine. The Catalina wine mixer, or whatever, some
Wine
kind of
mixer.
mixer.
That's a Catalina
Yeah.
wine mixer. Goddamn Catalina
Yeah.
wine mixer.
Prestige Worldwide. Yeah, you know that's a problem when someone calls. Like, I remember growing up in New York and buying cars, like, used cars from shady used car dealerships, and they were always called Prestige something.
Well, yeah, there's a Prestige Auto somewhere around
Yeah.
here. It's either Gainesville or Ocala.
Yeah,
Because I hear it on the radio
Tampa.
every now and then. Prestige Auto.
Oh, no, is it? No, it's probably Gainesville, yeah.
It's probably Gainesville, but I
Anyone
hear
who
the
puts
name.
prestige in the name of any company they're starting, that is a red flag.
Yeah, it should be.
Beware of that shit.
But how many? Okay, so here are my thoughts. Here are my options here.
Okay.
This is a Chinese national who was given these by the Chinese government to experiment with in the U.S. That's a pretty big deal. Somehow it got through and was given to him. That's a big fuck up. Okay, well, maybe the Chinese government didn't give it to him. Maybe a U.S. company gave him these samples. That's a pretty big fuck up. He doesn't have a license for this. How the fuck did he get these? Somebody screwed up somewhere and allowed this man to have things that he should not have ever had. So somebody screwed up.
I think they're always taking shots like this. They do it over social media, and they do it in other ways. But if you could get people here in America and fuck up America, how's that going to hurt the Chinese?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. They want to screw us over as best they can.
Yeah.
I got some news for you, boys. There's that thing called fentanyl.
Oh, God,
Yep.
yeah. They're
That's
I
not- that's-
guarantee they're...
that's not an accident. That's all coming.
They're
out
happy
of China.
to see that over here, 100%.
It's all coming out of China, and
Yeah.
and it's cheap. Fentanyl production is easy. It's so much easier to make fentanyl than it is heroin. So there's no reason to make morphine or heroin when you can just make a shitload of fentanyl and sell it for cheap.
Yeah. Just imagine when you see this kind of stuff. Just imagine what they don't find.
That's true.
Just imagine what they don't find. You know. Mm-hmm.
And so it would be interesting to follow this and see what happens there at that location.
Nothing. Hey,
won't
Walter,
get
how
anything,
much time we got left? 30 in the last 30
Yeah.
seconds. So you remember the ISIS training camp that was in New Mexico desert? You remember the other one that they were also running out of a different area? What came of that? Nothing. The guy never got arrested. He got arrested, but he never got prison time. Nothing will happen. Absolutely nothing will happen.
Yeah.
Well, what happens with all this stuff? The stuff.
Someone has it.
Well, they said they burned it. They said they took it and
Well,
and
everything
got
should be
And
incinerated on
destroyed
the
it.
spot, actually.
yeah, they said they incinerated it.
Including
There's
the
more
little
where that
monkeys
comes
and all
from.
that stuff.
Yeah. We're taking a break. We're going to be right back.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of manufacturers like Safety Harbor Firearms. SHF is a quintessential family-owned small business, totally representative of the American dream. Safety Harbor Firearms is a Florida-based manufacturer of the compact entry stock and the SHTF 50 upper for an AR-15 lower. Also, SHF happily delivers on your Sten gun parts needs. So don't forget to check out stenparts.com and safetyharborfirearms.com.
Yeah, so there's something I want.
Is it already 9:07?
Yeah, it's already 9. It's crazy how we burn through time here talking about, things that really affect Americans' lives. Just really
Like
deep,
Pee Wee Herman wanking it in a movie theater.
yeah, just really deep, philosophical, powerful, life-changing stuff. And I want to end cap that tonight before we do our usual thing here. We were talking about Ukraine, and I thought you guys would enjoy this. Texas pageant star is now an emotional support stripper in Ukraine. I didn't know this was a job. The name of this chick is Kharkiv, Ukraine. The war in Ukraine has attracted a wide range of Western volunteers to the country, from frontline soldiers to aid workers delivering critically needed supplies, including not murder, death, kill drones. I put that in there. But an Instagram influencer from Houston, Texas, who moved to Ukraine as the war raged, is the only one describing herself as an emotional support stripper. Volunteering alongside Ukraine's heroes has led to a bout of intimate relationships, mostly with Ukrainian soldiers, and Fanpei Kong, 33, now refers to herself as a sex tourist. Kong has used her social media presence to create an OnlyFans account, of course, for Ukrainian soldiers, volunteers, and the occasional... Man, she's getting... Can you imagine the amount of money flowing? Patrick. Look at Patrick's face.
You know what? I can't talk too much shit because if you look at wars gone by, old day Roman wars, the British going to places, there were women following them around too.
Yeah.
This ain't nothing new.
Yeah. Emotional support
God bless
stripper.
her. God bless her.
God, you know what? If you can take advantage of a couple of stupid fucking Ukrainians and steal their money.
Just imagine all the money that's at stake over there, man. All the billions and billions of money getting dropped off.
Let me just throw something. She's an oddity over
there.
there. There's not a lot of Asian chicks running around in Ukraine, so she's a hot commodity. She's a hot commodity. So
I think this business is going to boom, and I foresee other people getting into this game.
Honey Shack Kiev.
There's lots of room. There's lots of room here. Emotional support stripper. I like it.
Every now and then, a good man just needs to look at a nice pair of titties. Ain't nothing, it's just the way it is.
Okay. Yeah, it's true.
You know I'm not lying.
like we were saying, the two oldest professions. Boom.
100%.
Weapon making and prostitution.
Guns and prostitution. That's right. Pew pew and pum pum. There you go. All right. Okay. Listen, we got to wrap it up here. I'm gonna let these guys. Patrick, did you get a video? I know you were over here shooting a video. You got one up?
It's sitting here on this flash drive.
Your stolen SD card.
Borrowed. Excuse me.
Uh-huh.
I did not take it without permission.
Uh-huh.
So I have not had time to work on editing. We've been very busy with a child that is still refusing to sleep. So it may be tomorrow. My hope is to get it up like midday tomorrow.
We've got some cool shooting stuff coming from Patrick. Tell the people where and how they can find you, support you. It looks like you're back in the flow of your YouTube godliness.
I've gotten, and it's not because of the monetization. I did finally get remonetized, but that doesn't mean a whole lot.
Yeah.
I don't know what sort of bug hit me. I got through my little bit of burnout that I was going through, I guess. Busy with the baby and a little burned out. I got through that, and I have a lot of stuff that just needs to get done that I just haven't taken the time to, and I'm going to work on it and see if I can be better at it. So, YouTube.com/BabyFaceP, Instagram baby_FaceP. If you want to see my regular shit that I get up to, it's Instagram. Player is the same thing, BabyFaceP. It'll bring you over here. And if something is missing off of YouTube, check Utreon/Player. It will be there.
Absolutely. Okay, Walt, same for you. I know you're throwing up videos like crazy, man. You're the most productive one of all of us. You're always getting videos up there, man. Yeah, I think so.
I need to do more. I need to do more because
Yeah.
I am monetizing Dirtfoot Racing, and I haven't got my first bit of money yet. I'm kind of strange. Anyways, Safety Art Firearms on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and Player, of course, and then Dirtfoot Racing, the same, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and Player. Then there's STEM Parts, STEMparts.com for that yo-yo of up and down. What can we sell? What can we can't sell? What can we sell? What can we can't sell? Anyways, but hopefully that gets straightened out in the near future here from our Supremus Maximus Cordis. I'm not having very much faith, but anyways, happy times.
Yeah, just pray for the intestinal fortitude of the folks sitting on the Supreme Court. Hopefully we get that. By the way, I do have a video going that's getting turned on Stranger Palooza for all the folks out there who are interested in van stuff. I know some of the audience transfers over to there as well, so you guys can check that out. That's getting turned on. Big thanks to everyone for hanging out with us here. It's been fun. We burned through time, and I appreciate everyone hanging out with us and getting this stuff here first. I saw what's his name is Ben. What's his name? What's the name of that guy? He's like a big YouTuber that does. He's a conservative guy. Talks real fast.
Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro was talking about the guy who made a dog suit. Remember we were talking about that. Remember we were talking about the guy who made a dog suit for himself. Does anyone remember that out there? So I saw him talking about it. Yeah.
I didn't see him at Comic-Con, did I?
Oh, I don't know. There's a dude who had a very real... I thought we talked about this here on the show. I know I sent it to you guys. There was a guy who made a very real dog suit.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I'll have to look.
Okay.
That what?
Yeah.
That has what?
That he can put on, and then he gets walked like a dog in a very realistic dog suit. If you haven't seen it, look it up. I thought we talked about it. Maybe we didn't. I'm always finding weird shit like that for us to talk about. So, yeah. Anyway,
freak show.
Yes, absolutely. That's the world that we live in. You guys could go look into that one now and enjoy. Big thanks for everyone for hanging out with us. We'll see you guys next week when we're back here. Thanks to Walter of Safety Harbor Firearms, Patrick, Babyface P, everyone else. We'll see you guys next time. I'm going to hit the buttons and get out of here. Let me do that right now.
Oh.